Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. We're seeing North American stock futures pointing to a lower open this morning after most indexes posted another solid gain on Tuesday. We are seeing a little bit of a pullback this morning. The NASDAQ composite, in fact, reaching all-time highs yesterday, along with Apple lifting most of the market yesterday into positive territory. Apple itself reaching new all-time highs yesterday after the company unveiled a new OS for both iPhones and computers once again. They also pleased investors further by announcing they'll phase out Intel processor chips in favor of their own product, which lifted the stock even further. Hertz Global shares just popping up here a little bit further, already in positive territory, but more rumors circulating on potential buyouts coming, possibly for Hertz Global. We'll talk about that. French company, or Volkswagen, looking at French car rental company Europcar as a possible takeover as well. We're also seeing continued strength from electric car makers today outside of Tesla. Tesla to the downside on some news here in the pre-market. We'll also have a look at Nikola and Workhorse as well coming up. Lots to get to this morning. It's Wednesday, June 24th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. There's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Pretty negative right across the board here outside of Korea. You can see nice gain, 1.4% to the upside. Let's shift over to Europe and see how things are looking. Yeah, negative look here as well. Top to bottom, back to the downside, 1+% for the most part right across the board. Let's go over to North America and see how things are shaping up here. You can see back to the downside. Not huge declines, but the S&P, the Dow, the NASDAQ, all in the red so far. TSX futures here in Toronto down about 0.5%. You can see Bitcoin trading sharply lower, 2.5% to the downside as well. Gonna have to look at that crude oil quote. Looks like our data feed is not coming through. Gold as well, back in negative territory there to start the new session. Interesting moves here in the pre-market. Once again this morning, guys, we have Hertz popping up. Everyone's favorite car rental company just getting a little bit of a boost here.
Yeah, why not? I mean, it just happened just a couple of minutes ago here. Hertz with a big time move through that 135 top that we had from yesterday. 140 was always a key level. I actually did try a bit of a short on the way back down, but somebody likes it above 150 here, so it's running into some trouble. In terms of upside levels past here, don't have anything except for about 160 and then $2. So, sorry, 165 and then $2. So we'll see what happens with Hertz. It should be another fun day because it's done 2.5 million shares. That spike could get it back on the radar of a lot of traders after it got really sleepy the last few sessions. It is hump day. There's way more to get to as well. Massive moves in Apple. You already talked about Nikola and Tesla there, Brendan. So it should be a fun one, only halfway done the week.
Yeah, it's hump day today, and yeah, tired. So we'll see what happens today. Brendan and I hit the links yesterday with our good friend Gregory, who won the day there. Congratulations, Gregory. He shot an 88. Pretty impressive. I thought, I don't know what Brendan wound up shooting. I was a 91 and could have done a lot better. But what was really fun, I didn't realize they have the poles covered in pool noodles so that you don't hold the pole, which was kind of funny when you pull the flag. But yeah, no, fun day today. Yesterday, thank God the rain held up there. Check our Twitter and Instagrams for picture. But yeah, fun day today. Let's trade some Apple, Carnival, Dell, Workhorse, Nikola, everything. Let's go.
Yeah, lots to get to this morning, including Apple. We'll have a look at that back to the downside this morning after that record high push. We had a bit of a sell-off into the close yesterday for Apple as well, so we'll have a look at that. Let's jump into Day Trade the World and see how the top 10 traders fared yesterday here at Day Trade the World. Nice numbers here again, 5 figures top to bottom here. Chicago CME, the futures markets there, NASDAQ, New York coming into play here, 27,000. Yeah, here's Europe once again. A bit of a trend, 19,000 coming out of these markets over in Europe. You can see Amex once again, NASDAQ, New York, 18,000. So yet another great day for traders here at Day Trade the World. We have lots of individual symbols to talk about. Hertz definitely one of them. I want to get to Nikola Motors as well, looking pretty interesting in the pre-market. Before we do all of that, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to Valeria.
Good morning and hello everyone. Guys, please sign up to our daily free watch list at the link I'm sending on the chat if you haven't yet. And subscribe to this channel to receive notifications when we are back on air. Guys, please like this video and let's have a great trading day together. I'll see you later. Back to Brandon.
Let's jump into some individual things moving around here in the pre-market. Wanted to talk about Apple first off. Got 2 all-time highs yesterday on the new OS launch. The shift from Intel chips to their own chips coming up for Mac computers to begin with, and then gradually they're going to phase out Intel chips altogether, which obviously pleased everyone. Apple back to the downside here though this morning. I mean, the overall market negative territory. A little bit of a negative look here for Apple this morning, guys. After that, we touched all-time highs about midday yesterday. There was a pretty sharp sell-off throughout the afternoon. Do we see this continuing today?
No.
Positive already.
Yeah, no, Apple's not going anywhere. Apple right now, it's actually up today, Brendan. It just cracked up a little bit off that sharp sell-off. So that's what you're talking about right here. It gets as high as 372 and change. I mean, if someone can just give me a reason to sell it, then that would be okay. But right now, I mean, people need to get their money into this market. Apple just continues to be strong. We know that they have the Pay system now going on. iTunes is rocking and rolling. Apparently, the Apple TV is doing quite well as well. So, I mean, look, is it overheated? Probably. Check out the daily chart here. I mean, that's all we really need to do to talk about that. I mean, from 225, it's up 72%. From March. So March to June, you're up 72% here on Apple. So yeah, are people going to be taking profits? I guess that's the reason why this name could possibly come down. I don't worry about any upgrades or downgrades or anything like that with this name. Yesterday, it was a great long. You guys know we had that. I think it was $2 or $3 winner there on Apple. If you are going to wait for anything, I mean, it did bottom out at 264.39. I guess watch the futures. I mean, Apple is so heavily weighted. Apple's counted for 12% of this move back in the market so far. As I said, 72% upswing in Apple alone. So, I mean, 400,000 shares is decent volume in the pre-market. The spread is nice. The liquidity is good. I'm going long on any dips here, period. Yeah.
Good look there. Joey G, welcome from Texas. Thank you for that super chat. Apple here, the other way you can look at it too is look at that dip buy off of the open. It got down about $3 or so to a 361 quarter-ish type of price. If you can do that kind of a move there where it even breaks that low, watch it on the way back up, retaking that 364. I think that's a trade I've seen a couple of times work on Apple, so I'd look for that on any kind of a dip. You know, resistance probably up at around that 370-ish mark on the first leg to the upside. So Apple already positive on the session despite this market trying to come back in and failing, it seems, because we're only 0.5% down on the ES, Brennan.
All right, guys, let's go to the cruise line operators. CCL with a little bit of news this morning. Carnival, the S&P, or Standard & Poor's, downgrading their debt to junk status at this point. So CCL, big gap down here, 5+% in negative territory. This 17 level, though, if you go back 2 days and then a few more to, I think it was the beginning of last week, 17 was definitely a level for CCL. How do we approach this one today?
I think you wait. I mean, I think you wait for 1650 because earlier on, I mean, I've been getting crushed on the very first trade of CCL, and it moves a little bit too much off the top there. There's a lot of retail order flow coming in on CCL, so you do get those crazy moves. But Brendan, you're right, 100%. 1692 was the bottom a couple days ago. We didn't get there yesterday. It was actually a nice up day, and then now today you're fading back in on that S&P downgrade. But the thing is like this stock has been pretty much garbage for a while. It's just a momentum stock. So you really got to play it with the futures. If you think the market's coming back down, then watch CCL. You got 1693 right here. Wait, before we throw it over to Neil here, let me just check the imbalance locator for you guys. NIO, we'll talk about that, a downgrade from Goldman, so that's going to be a little bit of a problem. And I don't even, oh, there's CCL. So a small little imbalance here, 264,000 shares. Look, we'll see if we can't play off that there yesterday. There was also an imbalance. Let me just go to a 1 minute chart just to show you what I'm talking about off the open, and then we'll get Neil's look on some of these levels. But this is what I'm talking about. If I can zoom in here just a little bit. Here we go. Off the open, like this, I did this example yesterday for you guys, and then I'm going to do it again today just so you can see. So the market opened opens up and you go from 1766 all the way down to 1744. That's not too bad. And then it goes right back up to 1766 again, and right back to 1744, and then it goes to 1766 again, and this time it goes to 1738. So this is like 40 cents back and forth every minute in the first 3 or 4 minutes until you finally get a break, and then that's when the momentum comes, and then finally you break. Every time you break 1750, you get about 20 or 30 pennies. So I'm thinking CCL is back into scalp mode, and we don't need to hold anything for anything crazy unless, guys, we get that 1650. Then I really think we got to hammer that one all the way down to 16.
Yeah, that short was trouble when it got to 1650. That was that bottom that we were looking at. I do like the opportunity on a weekday in CCL to try at least fading it if it comes to the upside. You've seen several days where you get that 930 bounce to the upside and it shakes out a lot of the shorts. I feel like that's going to be the one where it might be easier to take if you get a pop through 1725 and then looking at this breakout price from the afternoon yesterday, 1745. If it can hold inside of this kind of a range here, I'd be looking to fade that on the way back down. I think that's an easier entry point because your stop's more certain as opposed to looking at this whole choppy, I call it 1680 to 17 even area. 90s there, 1680 was a bit of a bounce play as well, and then that even takes you to 50. So it's very, very choppy. It's more of a scalp until 1650, but shorting the pop seems a little bit easier to me if it gets into that 1740, 1740 range in CCL.
Before Brendan, just come back to my screen here quickly because we did not. I don't think we shout out Joey G. Thank you so much, Joey G. Texas is in the building, so here we go. I don't know. Superman's not from Texas. I don't know why I hit that button, but okay. Texas is in the building. Thank you, Joey G. Drop a stock tip in there. Not a tip, but if there's any names that you're looking for, let me and Neil know, and we will discuss them. Thank you so much, Joey G. Get this day started off right with a $10 super chat. Thank you, Joey.
Good stuff. Yes. Thank you, Joey. Let's go on to Dell Technologies here, guys. A name we don't typically look at because, hey, it typically doesn't really do anything. Dell popping up in the aftermarket yesterday in a big way, 12.5% still, but we're well off these highs from aftermarket yesterday. They are said to be exploring possibilities when it comes to their stake in VMware, which could include the sale of said stake in VMware. So we went from the 49 area here in the aftermarket to 59.5 in a few minutes here, but kind of working its way back to the downside already.
I guess part of the story is that there's a couple of options here. One of them is, like you mentioned, selling off their stake, but they could also buy the rest is also speculation there. So, you know, they're going to take a little bit of pressure on the way back in. It's twofold. Last I checked, VMware itself was up 6 or 7%, so it's getting a bump off the news. I think Dell obviously is going to be maybe the more active and better play here. It's on 600,000 in the pre-market. I was going to see if we could find any kind of a base on this pullback. So far, it hasn't managed to hold any levels. It's trying to hold 55 right now. That was the first thing I was looking at off the open. If we could hold 55, that would be solid because I don't see much when I looked at the higher time frames until about 53.50, and then I was looking at $52 as well. So if we do break down, I'm looking for support at those prices to potentially buy those dips. If they do offload, that's probably a good thing for the stock price. You can see the market likes that, but it's not the only option here, Brennan.
I mean, the thing is, who knows how to value VMware, right? So, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what VMware is worth. We're going to wait to see. The only thing I do know is that 56 up here was a good little top back. I don't know, when was this? Back in November, 56.70 or so, a nice little top. We run into that today. That was basically the high of the day today. I know we got as high as 57 there, but looking pretty good. I did want to give a shout out to my main man, Tim, there. I know one of our friends stole your team in fantasy, but that is okay, my friend. That's what happens sometimes when you deal with shady people. But what's up, Tim? Thank you for logging in and seeing this viewing for us, and we're really happy with everything. And tell your friends, hide your kids, hide your wife. Trader TV Live is in the building, guys.
Let's go to the electric vehicle world. I want to start with Tesla. There was news on Tesla right before we came on, about 8:50 or so. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration launching a probe into as many as 60,000 Tesla Model S's for touchscreen failures in those Model S's in the U.S. So a little bit of a move to the downside here, guys. Just before we came on, in fact, at 9 o'clock in Tesla.
It's basically come back as well. I mean, in addition to Apple bouncing, Tesla did make a little $7 fall from 92 to 85, like you said, but it's already come back into what was the pre-market range for the entirety of the time, so it's down less than 1%. We are looking still firmly at that 995 to 1,000 area being the first level of resistance here. I do think if it takes out 1,000, or at least tries to today, this might be the chance to fade it. If it does get into that range, this could be an opportunity to sell. That 985 is probably going to be a little bit tricky to get a bit of a break on. Certainly, when it gets past that 90 mark, it could accelerate through there. So I'm looking more at a fade play on Tesla today. Shorting pops is probably a decent way to think about this instead of taking that little breakdown. I find if you take that breakdown trade and you chase it $10 in Tesla, there's a lot of times it's going to snap back, and your risk to reward is a tricky proposition because you get stopped out of immediately because you don't know where to place that stop. Whereas if it fails at 1,000, it's a lot easier to have 1,005 stop and know ahead of time exactly where you're getting out.
Yeah, I know Brendan and I sent out that Tesla warning there, so check our Twitters and you'll see what we're talking about. This is a one-minute interval here, and yeah, Neil just hit out some levels there. My favorite stock logo there, Tesla, set this place on fire. We'll see what happens here. 992, it jumped all the way down to 985. Look, we've seen reports like this before. Tesla it's won multiple awards for its safety, probably a nothing burger, but we'll wait to see what does happen here. I agree, man. I mean, 996.50 is a great level to get long here on Tesla. But look at the futures, guys. We're down to 3,097. We broke through 3,100. Watch out, guys. If you can get down here again, this bottom, that's not going to be good for the day. 3,080. It does kind of feel to me like we're going to be a little negative here today. It's been such a run for these markets. Wouldn't be surprised if some money comes off the table today.
Yeah, accelerating to the downside here for the futures at the moment as well. The next one here, guys, Workhorse, a stock that's been doing higher than usual relative volume over the past 2, 3, even 4 sessions going back to last week. Up again this morning, so we just saw the market to the downside now. Workhorse here up about 5%, but starting to kind of fade in here as well. This high from yesterday around 720, 740 area, trying to hold as support so far for Workhorse. Their new electric delivery van got U.S. regulator approval yesterday on the safety side of things, so they can move ahead with production.
Shout out to Craig from South Africa. So there you go. I think that's a new one. We haven't had anyone, I think, drop in from there. So it's always fun. Thanks a lot there, Craig, for the super chat. Workhorse, Brendan, you talked about 725 to 740, that little high area. There was a seller. It's not a huge amount of volume here, 600,000 in the pre-market, but there was a bit of a seller that we couldn't get through, 746. Look for that or 750 as a potential breakout price. I'm going to throw out the high of day because, or the pre-market high, just was on such low volume. I think it's a better break if it can take out that 746 to 750 area. I'll be going long through that price. If we can't take that off the open, maybe the first 5-10 minutes or so fails, at that point you can look at a short maybe through those quarters that you were mentioning there, Bren. But first look for me, we'll see if it can't continue its run through that 746.
Yeah, I do like Workhorse here for sure, as it's an electronic. Just sending some messages to some of the viewers here. Yeah, okay. Workhorse, big stock there. I prefer Tesla. I prefer Nikola. We're going to get to Nikola in a minute. They got downgraded, so why don't we touch on that quickly, Brendan?
Yeah, I mean, there was a couple of analysts with negative comments. JP Morgan came out on Monday with a downgrade on this one, or they were actually rating it a hold on the initiation, but they put a $45 price target on it. So that's kind of the angle here, $45 price target. Obviously, this thing's trading at $75 at the moment. You know, obviously, a little bit of a downside look possible, I guess, for Nikola, guys.
I mean, I don't know if that's the first downgrade they've gotten or what the exact story was there, but Nikola here, and it's a good one. It's JP Morgan, right? They reiterated a hold on this stock. So, I mean, the run-up's been intense. It was a big run in the afternoon. I was sitting there punching these levels long. Some worked, some didn't. Pretty choppy here at 3 o'clock, right near the end, 3:30. If we can zoom into that, I mean, this is choppy right here. Up, down, up, down, up, down before ending up basically at the high of the day here yesterday. I guess we fade that back down just a little bit, but 75.24 now comes down, gets a downgrade. The downgrade price target is 45. Okay, I mean, we're still way up here, $45. Look at Nicola on the daily chart here. You'll see what we're talking about. Of course, this is the VTIQ talk and just came to public June 5th on the symbol NKLA, rips all the way up. That was an amazing run to 97.50. Now today we're hovering right here. I wrote down $73 as a possible breaking point, and that just goes back a couple days to 73. Even yesterday, you get a little bunch up, and then this is part of the break, right? The break and the actual move in Nicola doesn't happen until 73 breaks. So I was sort of thinking if 73 comes back into play, then we'll short it and hope for a very similar move. As right now, I'm seeing Hertz though, guys, taking off new highs there. I was yelling that I was not going to go short today. I did pay for shorts, but too much news around this name today for me to go short. We'll wait to see. I think if you get to $2 maybe, there was this $1.70 print all the way up there on some news. So we're going to wait to see, but Hertz is getting ramped up here. 5 million shares. You could see it was doing absolutely nothing. And then I guess there was a rumor, Neil was talking about a CarMax, something like that coming through. I know Volkswagen's looking at a few different options as well in the rental space and buying out some of these cars. The thing is, guys, they have a fleet of cars, right? And so if you are a used car company like a CarMax or someone that wants to get into the game, you may be able to pick up some assets on the dirt cheap. We also have a story about JCPenney today as well coming through, and that could be picked up on the cheap as well. So look, a lot of these stocks moving here on not only retail investment, I see you, Robinhood, but also moving around on legitimate news. So let's wait to see what does come through. We'll keep our eye and ears to the ground on this one, Brendan. I think Hertz could definitely make that move today, if not already.
Yeah, pretty tough to ignore 5 million already in the pre-market here as far as volume is concerned. Let's go to the first of the little tiny crazy ones that are moving around this morning. IPDN opening again for the first time in 6 months after a halt because of their Chinese operations that were investigated as far as a criminal probe. So they're reopening after a 6-month halt. IPDN, if your broker or your platform doesn't have this one, that's why it's been halted for half of a year, up 180% here, guys. We sadly do not have locates on this, but moving back to the downside here through this 250 already.
I would be very careful with this one. It's obviously a very small name here down. It's only 10 million in terms of market cap there, but I would love to be able to short this, to say the least. It even gave you a fantastic little entry. It put in a higher low, sort of lower high at $3 after bumping up to $3.40. This was a 90-cent stock when it did halt. So I was watching this level at 3. When it retested, it couldn't get through, and then you've immediately got that sort of 20% retracement already bouncing off of 250. So far, that's held up. I'm not sure how long that's going to last, but I'm going to assume a lot of people unable to go short here in that float, it's probably going to be a big time mover, certainly, because all those short-term short sellers are not going to be covering on these flushes because they can't have gone short at that 3 even area. Well, most of them anyway. So for me, you can only go long. I wouldn't touch it, and maybe the 3 break for some breakout trades, or if it ever got to high a day, there's a breakout trade, but I would just scalp that. I wouldn't hang on to it very long here. A lot of risk involved long IPDN.
CTIB here getting a lot of talk on the chat, and thank you so much there for Joey G. Again, CTIB. So CTIB up 140%. You did see on the daily chart, we did get up. There was a big run a couple days ago. Let me just call up this daily chart quickly for you guys. We did touch 12 and change. Again, it's Chinese company. Yunhong CTI Limited. So we'll see if it could take out 607. Brendan's going to see if there's any news on this name, but CTIB moving up. You can see this is what happens when volume comes in, guys. 10+ million shares. It's just picked up. It started around 8:30. Again, on level breaks. I mean, all it seems that's happened here is it broke. This is going to be my guess, but it broke this 475 here in the pre-market, and as soon as that happened, it came back, tested again here at 475, guys. Where was that 475? Sorry about that. Oh, sorry, it wasn't 475. It broke right here. Oh yeah, it was right here. It's 475, 480. So as we zoom in, it's right here, 475. Break, come back, test, reject, and bang it to the upside. So we're right here, right now. This is not a bad short, man. 536 or so on CTIB. We're coming in right here. Only 5 minutes to go. We'll see about this stock, but it does look like it wants to coil up again and then make a run at 6. So 610 could be coming into play here. Not sure what the news is. It might not even matter. It looks like momentum is in this name, obviously. 11 million shares close to, and you're coiling up here once again. Similar to what happened here, similar to what happened here, similar to what happened right here. So we'll wait to see if this is going to pop through. Maybe 580 on a break, guys. CTIB, thank you so much once again for the super chat.
Yeah, another one that's hard to ignore, but nothing in the way of significant news that I see anyways on CTIB, just the Chinese connection again. Last week we saw all those China-related companies moving to the upside. This seems to be another one of those. I want to touch on IBIO here quickly, guys. A name that has come up, every once in a while when it comes to the vaccine race. Trying to find a solution for COVID-19. IBM and Watson Health approaching IBIO, offering their clinical services for the next 18 months to help accelerate their work towards a COVID-19 vaccine. So IBIO, another one doing significant volume here in the pre-market, up about 26%. But seeing, again, the volume, the story here, I think, so far.
Yeah, it's been bouncing to the upside. A couple of legs here off of that $1 move. It's now made a base at 138, 140. That we're breaking out towards that $2 mark. It's had some trouble getting through. You can see that a couple of times. Each time it's run to the $2 price, it's snapped back. Is today the charm? I don't know. We'll certainly have a chance to test that. It's holding up relatively strong near that pre-market top. So I would look for, it's 195 high right now, but I would look for a $2 even break to the upside on this one. I'm not looking for shorts unless it gets down below this 170 to 175 area. So, IBIO, I do like fading some of these gaps to the upside. In this case, just looking at the strength that it's had, bouncing several times to the upside off a buck, off of 140, now testing 2. I like to break it 2. I'm not shorting until it's below that 170 to 175 mark. So it's going to be good to trade given the volume. But I don't necessarily want to be fading this one like most of the other names that we'll look at on these gap plays. Brendan, INO, that was one of the best stocks from yesterday. I know you want to talk about this one. Everybody should be looking at INO after what we saw yesterday.
Yeah, absolutely. Huge volume in INO yesterday. They got the DOD contract, 70 million plus contract from the Defense Department. This high up here, 2265, 2275, that kind of area. And then the top in the pre-market here, 23. So it is having problems with 23 at this point. No additional news on INO today, but that was a big contract for them yesterday, so positive, but we want to see this thing fail at 23. If it gets above 23 and starts holding, might give you another push to the upside, guys. INO again today doing higher volume.
Yeah, $23, big level there, 23.20. I mean, we have nothing on INO. It's just what it is. We'll wait to see what happens with INO. CTIB already falling back through right now. Okay, so 23.20 there, INO. So we'll wait to see if it takes that out. It probably does. We'll just go long INO. I'm not going to pay for any shorts. I don't even know if maybe we have shorts. I don't know. I'm not going to be too worried about that. But INO to NIO. NIO here with a downgrade. We talked a little bit. I think that was on our watch list. As we go, NIO, no. But I think it was downgraded today again by Goldman. So we'll wait here. 690, 691 coming into play on 3 million shares. Let's just check out NIO to see what happens here on a push through 690 today. I actually like that one. That's one of the top trades for me today, I think.
Yeah, absolutely. NIO, we definitely have to watch that one. 2 minutes to go only, so we're getting very, very close to the open. I just want to quickly talk a little bit IDEX here, making another run to the downside. It had tried to gap up this morning. Well, tried to further a move through yesterday's $3 close price. It failed on the way back. I like it below $3. 290 was a bit of a seller here a couple of times in the pre. So I grabbed a short, tried to add to it in front of that 290. Wasn't able to do so. Target's about 260 on this one, so about that 10% return there, guys. So we are looking at IDEX once again. We already talked about Hertz. We already talked about INO as well. But KTOV is another one. 11 million shares. This one is, we wanted to turn penny stock status. It did with an offering in the afternoon yesterday, and it was a huge flush when they announced that news. Let's just go to the 3 minute. You can kind of see here, it was trading above that $1. Big time move to the downside. 90 cents was the offering price. We're basically hugging that price right now. If we hold above it, look for a potential run to that $1 mark. I think you have some support, it looks like, around that 85 cent mark for those of you that are bullish on that name.
Only 40 seconds until we go, guys. Let's top up our coffees and get ready to rock and roll. I'll be looking at NIO here to go. It's the top list here on our imbalance locator. So as you can see there, about 1 million shares. I'm not really worried about it, but we'll wait to see what that happens now. NIO. Man, I'm going to confuse that NIO and INO today. Okay, Tesla as well. Looking at that one to see what that does. Is it going to break through 1,000 again today? Looks like it might. 994 to start. Some talk on Apple here on the chat as well. 365, so that is coming back up. Watch 367 on the top side, guys.
Thank you very much, Jimmy, for the super chat. We'll get to Etsy in just a second. Wasn't on our list. We love it when you give us names, but the market is about to open in 5, 4, 3. Nice shirt, Valeria. Let's ring that bell. Market is open. Never got to Peloton, guys. Big little flush, well, little flush, about $1. I was looking at a couple of levels on Peloton to the downside. 55.75, the first one. It tried to bounce off that. I also had a level that's ideal. If it ever got to 54, we're buying that puppy. No way, no how we're gonna miss that. But I don't think we're getting there. 55.75. If we hold on Peloton, that's a strong opportunity to buy a bit of a dip. I talked about IDEX, of course, in that short, and immediately starting to flush to the downside for us. So I had 284. I did try to add in front of 290. No Moss. Wasn't able to get it. Quick 10-cent scalp there. We'll see if we can't run this down to our target, like we said, 260. So we mentioned this one literally a minute ago and already reaping the benefit of the IDX short.
We're in NIO right now. We did short that through 690, just like we said, as promised. So we'll wait to see what that's happening. I think I can get some 85s. We'll take some out there, but we are short 89 right now on NIO. So position on right there. Nothing else for me. We'll wait for CCL here. Bounces upside, like we said there, off the open. A very tricky trade. It looks like it wants to break through 725 right now.
And the money's already falling to our good friend Deshaun Watson. That's not me. Doesn't he look anything like me? Talked about a 260 target. Yeah, we got that already. 265, 264. We're able to take some shares out down at the bottom. I'm going to get all out of IDEX in front of the pre-market low. Look to re-enter on a break if it goes. I actually thought we'd get a pop through this price. Forget about that. It's just a quick win on IDEX to the south side. Workhorse just broke through the top, guys. 750 got taken out, so I got triggered into the long there. Brennan, what do you got?
Dell, guys, breaking 54 there at the open. Huge volume spike at the open. We did get below 54, but it's trying to hold right now as support. Dell, another one looking like it might be a little bit weak so far, guys.
Let's see. Oh, wow. Nikola is cracking here down through 73. So let's take a look quickly at Nikola, see what that one wants to do, cracking through 73 like we just said. Okay, no, it does not. It actually bounces off 73. I was looking at this 73.50 level. That was that right there. It does crack, but let's wait to see Nikola coming down through 73. Not a bad opportunity to go short right on this name. Nikola to the short side, $73. Looks like it's going to break.
Yeah, and just quickly got into this WKHS workhorse trade through that little break at the top. There was that seller, and I said I'd wait until it broke 760, 746. We do that. I'm going to give this one to that 720 bottom. I actually will give a chance to add in front of 730 if we get it. Not sure we will. Just got triggered also into IDEX again, so it looks like we are still headed southbound. Back in after the 260 break, so we're now short 258. Obviously, we had the quick winner there, but you want to jump back on the horse. That level got taken out rather quickly. I thought we'd get a bounce off 260. No Moss, didn't want to go. So short again through there at 258. Also still short that Hertz. It never broke that 166. That was the level we were looking at to the upside. So still short, never added to it. WKHS, though, starting to run back to the downside. I'm only giving it to 720.
1695 here. CCL. I did want to look at CCL quickly. We're still only short NIO, so we'll wait to see on that one. 1695 coming here on CCL. I think this should be a good opportunity to go short. We'll see maybe 1,000 shares, couple shares here. Short through 1695 CCL. Let's see what that does. Here it goes. We'll wait to see, and there it goes. So we'll take that short now. We are short there. Just punch 1,000 shares. We'll wait to see CCL to the downside right now. Here it goes. Maybe take a couple bucks off this one. CCL, nice little short here, 94.
Yeah, I'm looking at that. I was looking at that 90 break on CCL, waiting for that 17, because 17 yesterday was a lot of trouble for me, so I'm dipping into this one on the break now. We also like 1650 as the next level to the downside in Carnival. I wanted to be shorting a pop. It never gave it to you strongly enough off of the open, guys. So waiting for that little short there. I just got on the pullback. I love that 17. Hopefully it's better than it treated us the last time.
And once again, your boy just did it again right there. So there it is, catapult off the top, CCL there. Told you the 1,000 shares, it's $100 right now, so you're welcome. Hopefully you guys hit that. We go bearish right now on CCL and get out of most of those shares here at the bottom as we crack down through 1685. I told you this was going to be a scalp today, so there it is. Now we just got to wait for NIO, but there it is again. Already crushed that one. NIO, though, we're waiting for it, man. It's bouncing around. We are short 89s. We didn't get any out there when it did dip. That would have been a nice little scalp to the downside, but now we got to wait for this 7 to break. It looks like that may happen, but CCL and NIO, the two positions I have on, guys.
Yeah, I just got flushed down the toilet, and I'll go with, I don't want to hit the puke. We'll go with spilled milk. Don't cry over it. Workhorse through that 720. It could not hold up, so we're out of that one, and it's ugly. But we have 3 shorts on as the market is trying to slide to the downside. Yeah. I want to have a quick look, guys. We never talked about American Airlines, so I want to get there very, very quickly. It did that patented little bounce to the upside, now falling back in. Shy of that $14 level we were trying to short yesterday. We do like the short in front of it, so we're going to try one more time with that 14 level top on American Airlines. Brendan, what do you got?
Big volume spike here for T-Mobile, guys. TMUS up from the lows, obviously, in the pre-market here. Just broke 106 straight through to 107. SoftBank pricing their share sale. So they have a big stake in T-Mobile. They came out overnight with their pricing on that stake that they're trying to sell, guys.
Hey, Dennis, I see that. That Deshaun Watson is my joke, not yours, Dennis P. But yeah, that is looking like Deshaun Watson for Neil there. So, but right now, guys, it's been a nice little trade. We explode the money already on CCL. You've heard me talk about that. We did take those 1,000 shares there at 16,894, and we still have on 40%. So now we're going to the downside. 76 is on board right now, so we just need NIO to go. CCL right now is going down despite the market making a move up. So not a bad opportunity to get some out probably here on CCL. So we'll put a bid out right now, get some out at 78, and then see what does happen to the downside right now on Carnival. We got his low there as 76. So here we go. Now making new day's low here on Carnival. And there it is once again. There we go. The biggest trade here so far, 1674 to the downside right now. CCL, a nice little 20-cent winner. And man, do we got that. Let's hit a cowbell. Alert, alert, alert. We did it again. Let's go, Brendan.
I just got an all-time high alert on Peloton here, guys. This is obviously minus the pre-market trading action. So if you take yesterday's high over here, 56.60, we just broke through that, trying to hold above it, but we were obviously higher in the pre-market. 57.30, 57.40 there, the highest for Peloton, guys.
Yeah, it's going to be now on the radar for a break through 57.40. I was looking at this one to get a bit of a dip buy. We gave you a couple of levels there. Hopefully you took a little bit of advantage of them, but I'm distracted by INO with a monster bounce. They try to sell this one off, and look, you see this move down to 20.60, a $2 drop off the open, and immediately tries to retrace the entire thing. I'm now looking for a 20.60, 22.60, 22.65 type break. If you waited till the high a day break after the dip yesterday, you missed out on a lot of the moves. So I will look to see if we can't take this out before 23.20. 22.60 is my entry price to the long side on INO.
Okay, here's Apple right now. We go long Apple. We talked about going long through 367. We're long right now, 367.10. And there it goes, guys, right to the upside. Nice little trade on Apple. Bang, right another one. Chicken dinners all over the place today. CCL, big trade. Apple there, nicely 40 cents. 50 cents now in the money. Bang that out, guys. This is how you trade. This is what we're talking about. Apple through 367, right away in the money, 70 cents. CCL, we've already put that in our pipe. Now we're going to the upside on Apple. Ring that register, baby. What a day, what a day. We keep going. Miss Peloton, but that's fine. Here's a 70-cent winner for you on Apple. What up, B?
VMW, guys, nice look here so far. We were talking about the Dell connection, obviously doing more volume on the Dell side in the pre-market, but nice look here for VMW. Bottomed out there 156 straight through to 162 for VMW, guys.
Yeah, we like this one potentially a little bit less than Dell, to be perfectly honest with you. I actually think if it can't take out the top, it's going to probably be a fade at some point. This is all a speculation play, and sometimes the sell is going to be good on those. So look out for 164 on that one. Marcus, you are back. Thank you for that little super chat there. I haven't seen you a little bit, at least on the chat there. Always good to see you back on board. Speaking of Dell, Brendan, specifically, I was looking for a place to buy this one on a bit of a dip. We talked about 53.50. We talked about 52. First level gone. If we can hold and consolidate anywhere around this 52 range, we're going to start buying a little bit of Dell to the upside. It's still up 8%, but look at it sell off here, guys.
I'm just chilling out right now. The only problem is NIO. Looks like it's going to break through 702 here. So we did get some out there at 94. Looks like NIO making the move to the upside. So, okay, it just fades back through 7 again. So we'll wait to see if this one wants to come back down for us or not. But right now, it looks like NIO breaking through 702 will get us out of this position. We did take some off at 695 there, so hopefully you were able to see that. But it looks like this trade will be a loser for us, especially if it doesn't get back. It's too bad because it did go in the money for us a couple times, and then we just waited and didn't get it. I thought we were going to get a bigger flush on this name today, but NIO to the downside, or to the upside, sorry, right now, not to the downside. We're still hoping that it can make that move down, but looks like we will be stopped out very, very shortly on NIO busting through the 701, 702 print, and then we'll get out of this one. But yeah, NIO right now, the only loser. So we go 2 for 3 on the day, including a big Apple win and a big CCL win. This NIO will hurt, but we have the other ones on board just to make sure. But what's up, Brendan, again?
I wanted to make sure we were watching some of the cannabis names today, guys. After that move we saw in Aurora yesterday, we saw the halt, the resumption, a couple of announcements coming from them. They kind of faded that throughout the session yesterday. So ACB worth a look today, kind of holding in that lower end of the range from yesterday afternoon. This one, though, a little bit stronger. Cron up 2.6% today so far on decent volume, guys.
Another break to the upside on our friend INO. It does make a move towards the high. I mentioned getting into this one before it took out the top, so 22.60 was the price. I did get slipped all the way to 70. We'll see if we can't take some out in front of the high of day where we'd add on a potential break at 23.20. So INO once again looking like it's going to be a runner. I haven't exited Carnival yet. Still working into that one. I think I'm going to be holding this one a little bit. But I also wanted to get you guys to Luck In, which just made another break to the upside. It took out $3. I'm looking to buy this one on a pullback after having missed out on the 3 break. So I'm dipping into some shares here at 304. I think we'd add to it in the mid 290s. Luck In on the move. It's up 9%. Strong buy action here over in Luck In Coffee, guys. And I'm buying into it as the market kind of sideways, but INO moving up. We're long that. Luck In moving up as well. Like I said in INO, I will add on a high of day break at 23.20.
And we'll come back to the action here. Look at this. Apple right now, guys. 75-cent winner right there. Taking off. We only have 10% left. So that name continues to run for us. Big trade there on Apple. And you're welcome. We'll hit that disco ball as we go. CCL. Bang that one as well. There we go. We turn bullish on, whoa, okay, INO, we just take that one long as well. But right now, guys, hit the cowbells, hit everything. Look at CCL. You know we took 1,000 shares there at 94, right? It's at 57.56. So nice little trade there. INO, though, does go off the top there. We'll take that long. 23, we just took the top there. So 23.25, we're long INO here. Big boy shares, let's go.
Yeah, that long in INO, I did take some out in front of high of day before getting more shares in. And when it does this little fake out, we talked about this yesterday. If it tries to fake break, I'm always looking to see, I'll go to a 3 just so you can see a little bit better here. We try to look to see if it can hold the next level of resistance or support. That 22.60 was the break. That 22.60, if it bounces there, to me, that's a nice place to add on a dip, see if we can't continue this trend to the upside. Already playing with a little house money because the first long was early. So I like this opportunity to retake the high on INO. We saw this exact same thing happen yesterday. Let's see if we can't get the monster winner here. 23's long right now. Let's get more.
Yeah, yesterday we crushed INO, and we'll see if we can do that today. It does fade down a little bit, so we do get out of about half of our position there at about 22.90 for a loser, but now we'll wait to see, as it looks like now it's starting to take off the top. So we'll wait to see. I mean, I'm long right here, so we'll have to see what does happen on that one. CCL, we already talked about that one. I mean, these are just monster winners today for me, so CCL and Apple. Look at Apple. Oops, did we do it again? It looks like it. That's $1.30 now in the money on Apple. Rick Albee, I know you talked to me in the pre-market there on the chat. You said, do we have anything to worry about with DOJ and Apple? And I said, DOJ. I also said as well that we didn't have anything to worry about with our Apple longs, that we needed this 367. Who hit it with me? Real trades, real money. Holla at your boy. What's up, Brendan?
Syntax Technology, Joey, thank you for the super chat there. We wanted to get to this one. Make sure we get back to this day where we had news, which was 2 days ago. A couple of levels to look at here, 210, I guess, up to about 220 definite levels here. But yeah, volume coming back into Syntax Technologies. They actually had an offering announced that was aftermarket yesterday. So again, we're seeing some of these symbols that announce offerings doing significant volume in the next session, guys.
Yeah, and there goes that INO. We talked about a place to add. Unfortunately, I only had the 2 entry points. First time at 70, the second time on the break of that pre-market top. We did want that dip buy. We never got it. That's okay. If you don't get the dip buy, it means it's going in your favor, guys. We're headed towards 24. We'll take a few more shares out right there at 23.60. So we add it all up. We start this. It's now been a dollar move. We know it can go more, guys. Let's see if we can't make a run at that 24 even. Reassess at that point. There could be some other opportunities there. Luckin Coffee as well. I did mention this break at $3. A little bit late for you guys, but I did say catch that dip buy back to 3. We got 304. Just took some out at 314. It continues to run to the upside. The quarter is my next target. Let's see if we can't get there on Luckin Coffee as I take a sip of mine. Couple of longs, guys. Deep in the money here. I do have that short still in CCL, which is moving to the downside, but INO going to that 24. There we go, guys.
Yeah, let's go. Chicken dinners again, guys. INO for the win once again. I'm sitting here at 90. We'll wait to see if we can get that one. We're almost out of everything on INO. And by the way, we went back into NIO. And you know what, NIO? I'm going to floss you right off right now. You bust me out here at 7.03. I guess I was 1 penny too shy of that one. So back in your face. Short again. Now we're 9 pennies in the money. So thank you so much for you, INO. We did clean up our CCL. And we're all out of that one. So you know what? Today's been kind of like this, Valeria. There we go. Let's see this. Oh, Valeria, there we go. Superman little action there. You are welcome. Today has been a monster day. Apple, CCL, INO, and now NIO. Bang! 88s. This is what we're talking about. Why did this not happen earlier, Brendan? Wow. NIO now going to the downside. We are just cashing in today. What a fantastic day. It is one of those Superman kind of days. As we're going, let's just keep this train upside. Brendan.
Translate Bio, guys. We mentioned this one yesterday. TBIO. There was some news involving Sanofi from Europe. They were teaming up on some research work, so big deal for them. Obviously, huge gap to the upside yesterday. Watch a couple of levels here. This kind of resistance area from yesterday, 27.10, and then above that, 28 quarter, 28 and a half should be resistance for TBIO, but big time volume on this one again today, guys.
I see you, Jimmy. They're asking about Etsy. I mean, for us as day traders, when I see 300,000 shares and ridiculously choppy action, it's not going to be too exciting off of the open. Look, it's already sustaining a bit of a breakout play, and you're probably wondering, should I be selling it at 105? I mean, it just put in a top at this 104 yesterday. It's now failing to break through on a move to the upside with not a heck of a lot of volume off of the open. So that's a good place if you're in the money to be trimming a position, I think. It would be a breakout again through that 104 if we were to get through it at some point today. But just watch out. If it takes out this low from the afternoon, you head back down to 100. I mean, a stop there to take profits. Certainly, if you had this one for a few weeks or for a few days, you're certainly in the money anyway, so you can do that. Take it out through 100. I would look at a day trade only breaking 104. I'd even consider shorting this one on a 100 break, guys.
Guys, oh my God, NIO, as if you did this to me. You got me out here at 7. This day would be, guys, through the roof if that didn't happen. But NIO right now, guys, we go here, we go short again. And look at this. Bang that one out, guys. We're not getting caught with our pants down. Hells to the no. Look at Apple right now, guys. 369, back to today's high. Who has that? Oh, ho-hum, your boy again. What a roller coaster today. But if you're on board, then you are riding at the top there with me. Let's keep going, guys. 368 and change. $1.50 win on this one. NIO, though, coming right back down. That's why you cashed that out. So once again, guys, wow. I'll do my little falling money thing. Ain't no Deshaun Watson over here. I have no idea what that looks like, but we're going to go to the long side now. INO. Let's maybe dump some of this. We've already cashed this in. Big day alert, big day alert. What's up? If you're running in the hamster wheel, then just follow some of the trades that I get on here and we'll hopefully bring you to the profit land. Big day so far today.
Yeah, I'm going to be taking out this CCL position now that we got to 1640. It's a break of 1650. I feel like it didn't accelerate through as much as I would have expected. I'm now looking to see if we can sustain any kind of a buy back in, and then we can get a little bit of a dip, not buy, sorry, a sell on a fade on any kind of a push to the upside, guys. So CCL was a great break. Now looking to only short it on a bit of a move to the upside. INO, I'm still hanging on to my last shares here on that pre-market break. We did talk about 2320. It's now bouncing back off of that level. 24 is still the target here. It tried to get there, stalled at 2388. I think it's reasonable to take some shares out in front just in case it fails. And then at that point, you have two options. You can then look to short that if you think there's any weakness, or like I was mentioning before, just take breakout trades on INO. So that would be at 24 even if you got there. But right now, it's trying to hold that pre-market top of 2320. We've had a couple of longs here, both winners. Now we're playing with some house money, guys. Nothing wrong with that. Luck and Coffee, I also had this one to the long side. We talked about the $3 break. It tried to get past that 315 towards the quarters, failed one time. We took some shares out at 314. I'm looking to see if we can hold break even. That's where my stop is going to be on those two long positions. So Luckin, INO, both already winners, and see if we can't go even further. But keep in mind, the market is now sliding downside here, so watch out for those longs.
Yeah, I'm going to get out of the last bit of this Apple trade as it does break through 366.50. What a big trade that was on Apple. Thank God we dodged some bullets here. Look, I would be done trading, but then what would you guys do the rest of the day? But so right now, we'll just relax. We'll look for some better opportunities. You guys know that we had this CCL, guys. This was a monster trade again for us here. Obviously, I got to hold some of these. What did I tell you guys? And I, again, too distracted with NIO, too distracted with everything. What did I tell you guys about 1650? I said that was a hammer time level. Unfortunately, I didn't have any orders out, but at least we gave that to you. So there you go. And Jarhead, I see you as well. Jarhead, yesterday, thank you for the talk. We talked about having you back on the show. July 17th, Jarhead returns to the show. So watch out for our guest trader there, Jarhead, coming back on July 17th. What up, my friend? This was a big trade. You know, we had 1,000 shares of this one, CCL, which I know it's not that much, but it's a little bit of a position for me to take right off the open because of that wicking nature. Remember yesterday I told you it was going 40, 50 cents. If we would have held that, that would be a nice little $600, $700 trade. But CCL, big trade here so far today. We did cash out most of them down here, right around 75. So that wasn't bad. A couple $100, put those in our pockets. NIO, also a big banger. Unfortunately, this trade's not going to be as profitable as it should have been because we did get some out there at 702, 703 break. And man, did we pick the spot. It's basically perfect. Not really perfect. It would have been more perfect if I didn't get out and use 705 as the high. But right there, hammered that back to the downside. And look, guys, when you're going to lose, this is short 689, right? Out 703. So that is roughly 10, 12 pennies there because we did get some out there. But then look what happens on the way back. We short 7 and get out 75s there. That's 25 cents. Lose 11 to make 25. I'll take it all day long. There's another little floss action. Let's get out of some more NIOs here, and then we'll regroup and look to make some more money after we get a word from
Guys, watch out here for
Brendan.
SINT. We're going to go to Brendan in a quick second here, but SINT, it's up 30%. It's making a run at that $2 even area. I just want to give that shout out, Joey G. We saw your super chat. I usually like to hunt the short in these names. The first thing I'm going to look at is you do have a level at past that $2. So $2, $2.10. We did turn around a couple of times at that price before. So if it turns into resistance, I'll look to short in front of it, so long as we got the locates there. But a $2 break certainly in the cards, and I do still like that on SINT. Brendan, what do you got?
New highs, all-time highs, once again, guys, for Yandex here, YNDX. There's rumors floating around on the interwebs about Uber and Yandex talking on possible joint venture work. So all-time highs once again today for YNDX. Nice look up 1.4%. Not as much volume. We mentioned it yesterday on the spike through to $50, but worth a look. Yandex, guys. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. Busy morning, lots to get to, but hit the like button and hit the subscribe button. We'd very much appreciate it. And join us every single day. Every day the market is open, guys. We do this. Back over to you.
Yeah, and here comes the market to the downside, like you mentioned. I'm going to take the one shot in Dell here. I mentioned 52.50. If we got to bounce off that price, I would take my chance. It bounced one time. It bounced now, trying a second time. It's going to be a tight stop. You just see so much of a gap. No, it's not really a gap, but a gap off the open to fill back in. So we'll take risking about 30 or 40 pennies to see if we can't get back to VWAP here again. This was a level that I had in, but you've got to make sure we hold the bottom. Otherwise, Dell could see a real flush to the downside. This is all on speculation. They're unloading their stake in VMware. There's no concrete news here other than that they're exploring their options. Nothing is a done deal when it comes to this. So, sort of trade at your own risk. I have an out here. That's why I'm comfortable with this long in Dell.
All right. Yeah, Apple. Look at that, guys. Great out here on Apple, 366.25. Wow, what an out there as it drops another $2. Look at Facebook, if you guys want to. 238.50. It's just dropped like a rock here as well, from 243 straight downside. I did say again, if I could find the rewind button, I would hit it, because we did say today when the futures were only down 0.5. You don't need a rune. Who's a rune? We talked about going short today off this futures break of 3,100. You'd be in the money 20 handles. So we'll see about that one. We did just get out of our INO as it does break to the downside. So this stock is not going to be a profitable one for me after all, as we did get out of that. But it's close to profitable. We did get some out on the top, but then we had to leave. That's our last 20% there out at the bottom. But that's too big of a hit. That's 223.25 out here, 22.49. The one thing that I'm always going to do for you guys is give you my winners and my losers. And this one right there was a loser. NIO, though, back down to 76. Let's see how low we can go and how much we can hold this. Oh, yeah, by the way, we're into Nikola now, 72.80 short side. Let's see how low this one wants to go, Brendan.
Another one, guys, we were talking about in the pre-market here, IPDN just being alerted on a volume spike once again as we broke through $2 here for IPDN. If you had borrows available, then this was a great opportunity here. Held 250 in the pre-market as support, gave you a really nice retest there at the open, and then the flush down to below now $2, guys, for IPDN.
Speaking of flushes, we'll go with the flush on the initial look on Dell. It just broke that 52.50, but actually came right back. So I think there's an opportunity that it might be able to be a long at that price. Further consolidation probably needed, the market coming down rather heavily. SINT, I want to get back to this one. Of course, we're looking at that $2 break. 195 is the high. It's now marching up towards that price. It's strong, 13 million in volume here. If it breaks out, we're looking at that same long. Still had that order in to go to the long side, but I also have one position on, and that's going to be IDEX. We've been fading this one in front of that 290. We had a great short off of the open in front of that same price. We then shorted back up here again, guys. So it failed at 275, now rolling back over. I'm going to move my stop from that 290 mark down towards that 280, just above this 275 mark. So as it continues to head downside, it's short sell restricted. You have to sort of fade into it. It's hard to hit that bid. I've been catching it on the way up if I can, but still in IDIX to the short side after the opening win there, guys.
Guys, look at Nikola here, guys. 72 out, 72.40 out, 72.60. We're still holding a little bit of this short. The spread, guys, right now 30, 40 pennies when it opens up. So hard to get filled. We are sitting down here 72.20. We were here, but we did not get picked up. So right down here 72.20. What was that, Rob? Brendan, what up, Brendan?
Just watching Boeing here, guys. Negative on the day, 2.5% to the downside. Not really doing a heck of a lot. Just seeing the FAA has issued an airworthiness directive on the 737 MAX grounded jet once again for Boeing. So not much reaction here so far, but watching Boeing, guys.
All right, all right. And we got some real shares on here. Nikola, let's just wait to see, man. I'm waiting at 72.12 for a little bit of shares. 72.12. Okay, Sean. We'll wait to see there. 72.12 to the downside. It does go as low as 72.21. Obviously, we know this name can break, and we also know that it can rip up. So where we're going to get out, probably 74. Let's just wait to see. We're short here, 72.78. So we're actually short here right here. So we'll give this one. We took out, again, we have half of our trade on board right now. We took some out basically in the 30s and 40s for 40, 50 cents. That's just to put enough in our pocket so we don't have to worry about this, because again, we're not taking, small amounts of shares here. We're trying to make some money on Nikola. So $74 will be the breaking spot back to the upside, guys. Look, if you're liking the show, hit the like, hit the subscribe. We need to get, well, we don't need to, we'll get there, but would like to get there a little quicker. 50,000 subscribers. Join the club, guys. Also, join me here on Twitter. As you can see, oh, thanks, Brendan, for the retweet of something there. We'll see how many followers now. Almost 3,200 followers. And today, here we go. We're making it rain. Old school style here. INO, Apple, NIO, CCL. And guess what, guys? We can add Nikola to that name as we go. But 4 stocks I've traded so far today. And let's just keep the party going. Wow, you ever heard of a
Workhorse gets bounced back to the downside after testing $8, guys. It was a breakout. I got wicked out off the open, but sometimes that's not the best time to trade. Sometimes you allow the move to come in, and 750, it's trying to hold now. I think it's a shot in front of that seller level at 745, so we're going to dump in here a long in front of VWAP, long in front of 745. That was the pre-market level that we're looking at right here, guys. So Workhorse, again, you can't seem to fight it. It is going up even though the market is selling off, guys. And Peloton is flushing huge. I'm going to look for an opportunity to buy this one, but don't step in front of the train. Let it settle down. It's down like $4 or $5 immediately. So we're looking for dip buys. It's given zero consolidation, so that's zero entry for me, but Workhorse we're going to give a shot.
Guys, we step up again, and Nikola, there's that print, 72.12. Days low right there, guys, 72.10. So we take that, we get that, and there you go. We always say pigs get slaughtered, but guess what, guys? It's already chilling out time. What time is it? This is happening early today just because of what we've been doing. It is already fruit salad time, so now we start to chill out. It's only 10 o'clock, but guys, when you make the money, look, we can put educational videos out. That's nice. One of them is talking about relaxing, knowing your trades, trade prep. Right now, we've made a lot of money today, so it's chill out time. You can see the board. I can put the profits on for you after, but fruit salad today brought to you by, let's just say cantaloupe. It looks like there's some cantaloupe in here. Let me know what your favorite fruit is. Hopefully you guys are cashing in. You know what? I'm just going to get back at this. What am I doing wasting time here with fruit salad? Let's see if we can't break through 72 and go more to the downside. But today, guys, we're 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 for 5, and that's what we do. It's only a roller coaster if you're not on board, but here we go. Big time wins. We'll check out Tesla. Oh man, I talked about Tesla through 975 early. We talked about that. You can see what's happened to Tesla straight to the downside, guys. What up, Brendan? Nope. What up, Neil?
Nope, Brendan is not ready yet. So I'm going to get you guys back over to Workhorse. We just talked about that little dip buy opportunity. I did take it. If you missed out on this, we did mention that 745 level pre-market. Make sure you're tuning in at 9 o'clock so you can get some of these levels and some of those ideas. It is trying to hold through. It is in the money now on a 760 long. 59, check that. I would be getting out if it makes a retest of 8. I think $8 is going to be another breakout. It's up 10%. If you go to the daily chart, obviously you can see what's been happening in WKHS. It's like 3 or 4 sessions in a row just bouncing to the upside. $8 at next level. We're already in the money on it, but remember, we did get flushed out, so we're going to be 1 for 2 on Workhorse as we get out in front of that $8 mark, guys. So 1 long, 1 short. IDEX now moving back towards 250. First target for me is going to be breaking some out at 260. I see a big buyer there, but Workhorse long. IDEX to the short side, guys, and still looking for a bounce in Peloton. What a flush that was.
Guys, thank you for all of the love on the chat, man. I mean, look, it's contagious. We love you guys, and I'm just going to keep doing what I'm doing. And thank you so much, guys. I mean, those of you that have watched the show, we'll have our guest on again. You know, are these guys really making money? Well, I mean, I could put on the profit board if you want. You already know the stocks that we've been trading today. Is this Apple trade a money-making trade? What? I mean, is this CCL short at 94? Is that a money-making trade? Is INO a money-making trade? No, this one was not. This one is about flat, down slightly on that one. Is NIO money-making trade? Short, and we're down here? Okay. Is Nikola a money-making trade? Okay, down at the day's low. So there you go, guys. So, I mean, talk about what we do versus what everybody else does. This is legit. These are shares going in, and these are winning trades. Hopefully you guys are learning with us. For me, that's the most important. You can see that the market's still heading to south side. I called this move today to the downside here. So a nice little break there. Was kind of easy for me today to feel that this was going to be a down day. The only situation is I should have held. The only trade I'm really upset about, and not upset at all. I mean, this is my largest trade. Well, not really, but this could have been my largest trade today. today. 16.94 on the short side, all the way down here. We did call that. I hope you guys at least got some of that, 50, 60 cents. I stopped myself at about 25 cents there, put that in our pocket and moved on. But Nikola is a big trade. That's coming to the downside. We talked about breaking 73. We love that trade. Basically, all the levels that I gave you guys in the pre-market all spanked out here and worked. So great little trade happening here today. It's been a big day. And like I said, man, I've already hit my profit goals and it's 10 o'clock. So we did enjoy a couple pieces of fruit there, but then I remembered I can't stay away from this market ever. I hate vacations. I hate holidays.
Guys, Peloton just broke 54 to the upside. That was one of our pivot levels from this morning. It tried to make consolidation to the bottom. It never did long enough for me to get a long down here, but 54 on the break to the upside. First target, of course, is going to be ultimately VWAP, but I'm going to take some out as we get to the 50s, 55 as well, and then all the way VWAP here at 55.25. If it can get back to those this opening range bottom, that 55.80, that would be a fantastic move. But keep in mind how big and furious that sell-off was. SINT broke $2. We just got into that one as well. Brendan is there at the big screen. It's time for Happening Now because it's already 10 o'clock.
Hey guys, yeah, 10 o'clock. Let's have a look at North American markets. Pretty negative still right across the board. Overall, though, we're kind of stabilizing a little bit. We'll have a look at how things are shaping up here. Still 1.5% for the S&P, back to just above that 3,000 level. Key area here for the S&P if we want to hold above that. The Dow, 1.7% to the downside. The NASDAQ composite, we said, all-time high yesterday. Today, down 1.7%. The 100, or sorry, 1.26%. The 100 down about 1.1% for the NASDAQ there. The Russell still negative territory as well, 1.3%. Here in Toronto, the TSX 1.2%. Energy stocks mostly to blame for that. It's Wednesday, obviously. That means crude oil inventory is coming at 10:30 as well. We'll share share that with you. Down in Brazil, BOVESPA holding up a little bit better than pretty much everything else at this point. Air Canada, wanted to mention this one here in Toronto, doing significant volume again today to the downside. It's about 3 days in a row to the downside for AC. Green for Life had a little bit of news today. Not a heck of a lot of volume for this stock, but gapped up on the news, flushed right back down to basically where it was trading yesterday. Doesn't really do a lot of volume overall. Suncor, yeah, energy names making up the weakness at this point as far as the TSX is concerned. Gapping to the downside, 23.50 down to 23 so far, kind of consolidating at day lows. Again, 10:30 crude oil inventories. If you're joining us for the first time, welcome. First of all, hit subscribe. We'd love it if you joined us every single day. Back to you guys.
Guys, Nikola, by the way, there it is. $2.50 winner. So thank you, Valeria, for the coffee. There we go. Thank you so much. $2.50 in the money. You're not going to get a better looking trade than this one, I don't think, unless you're short up here, which would be pretty sweet. If you are, post that and I'll retweet it. Look at this trade. 72.80, guys. 72.80. It's at 70.25 right now and making days low. We get out some here at 71. Bang, let's go. Nikola to the downside. And by the way, NIO also at days low. So NIO and Nikola days low. I see you, Dax. I see you. You're talking Tesla. That's a name that we gave you early on as well. Let's take a look at that. Wow, bang on Tesla as well. Big time trade. Today it's been these kind of days for me. We are at, again, look, I'm really glad we stopped having that fruit salad because this Nikola trade, I don't know if it got escalated there because of the fruit salad, but right now, Nikola to the downside, and we just keep on going. Hey guys, $3 winner on board right now. So good little trade there. The one trade that I regret missing, of course, is that Peloton. We did talk about that early. I'm going to pair some off here. Look, how many times you get $3 winners? We're going to take Nikola off a little bit here and hold the rest, the last 10% for more. Right now, $3 in your pocket.
Joey G, check that. I'm going to give you a shout out on SINT. We mentioned this 3 times today. Each time we talked about $2 on the break. It broke $2. You're already seeing it run to 2/4. So it's up 55%. That's your 10% move right there. If it gets to 250, fantastic, fair enough. I do still have only a quarter of the position on. I am aggressively taking it off here and looking to see where the next leg is. If you're looking to buy a dip, You missed your chance at 205 there. Either way, SINT still running to the upside. I'm not looking for a short just yet. I mentioned the only way I was going short earlier was on a 175 below that price. We're not there. We're going upside on SINT. Still have a quarter. Looking for us to hold above 225. Then I'll start getting more shares out. My stop is now at break even at $2. I can tell you Peloton, we got some out in front of 54.50. I'm now looking for a place to re-enter Peloton as the market is trying to bounce to the upside. Peloton, okay, we just got back in, guys. At 54, got taken again, so just got back in on this little dip here. It's trying to consolidate on a little bounce play in Peloton. It's down 1.8%. If the market can get back going, like we said, VWAP retracement could be in store for us here. So wow, there goes SINT. You got to take some more shares out. It just got to 231. So quick 25-cent win. Look, if we can get 20% on that, I'll be very, very happy with SINT. Great look on that stock. Great breakout through $2, guys. Now trying to dig into some more Peloton as well.
Okay, guys, look, here's what I'm talking about. Join me here also on Instagram. Brendan and I, there we go. Whoa, 70 likes on this one, Brendan. So you're famous, my friend. I think this might be one of my largest likes right here. This is us going golfing here today. You can see, yeah, someone said get some sun on those legs. Yeah, no duh there. I need some sun there. You can see, but we did wear, it's hard to see this. This is our good luck money socks. So we were wearing those yesterday. Join me on Instagram, guys. 400 followers. We're trying to ramp that up. Also on Twitter, join me as well. This is when I rang the bell at the TMX, so the Toronto Stock Exchange. That's when we rang that bell. Trader TV Live, doing big things, guys. We're talking about still short Nikola. We're putting on our trades. Also dropping some headlines. We did talk about Tesla today early. Brendan had that. I had that as well. Opening a probe there. Look at this. Nice flush here. Let's see what happens. At what price? $9.75. And at what time was this? 8:42. So there you go, guys. More reasons to follow us all on social media. What's up? This one? Valeria, what's up?
Hey Sean, and hey dear viewers, if you joined us for the first time, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you will receive notifications when we are back on air. And guys, please, of course, like this video so we know you enjoy what we do. Special shout out to all of you guys who send us super chats. We absolutely love this way of communications and appreciate it a lot. I wish you all a very profitable day. I'll see you later. Back to traders.
Yeah, good look there. Xavier O'Connor. Yeah, it's a home run on SINT. It's one of those you miss out on the initial move here. It does that sort of patented opening or pre-market top break at 170. 175 looked like it was a bit of a level we had to get through. Look, the break for me was at $2. I was waiting for that price in particular. Just because you missed the first move, just because you missed the second move, if the third one's there, you take it. Forget about the fact that you feel like you're chasing. If that's what is your setup, if that's your entry point, you just jump into it. I talked about maybe it gets to 250. Yeah, it did. We got to 257. I have just about everything out here as 51 when it broke. It came back in. I took it out on the way down. I got basically nothing left on an SINT. At this point, usually I'm going to be hunting for a short opportunity, but SINT too strong right now. I don't think that's going to be in the cards anytime soon, but you got to take the win when it's there for you. I can tell you WKHS here, workhorse, holding VWAP nicely. So we took this VWAP bounce play after losing initially on our long trade at the open. It's trying to hold. It's trying to make a move to the top. Like I said, I'll reiterate my plan. Take some out at 75. Take some out in front of 8 even. Take an 8 even break on WKHS. It's up 10%. It's been incredibly strong. So unless we break back below that 745, that was a level in the pre-market, I will be long workhorse until then. Brendan, it is time for some upgrades and downgrades.
Hey guys, yeah, get ready. Here comes a few more names to have a look at today. Upgrades on this side, downgrades over there. A few interesting moves already happening this morning, including this one. Dick's Sporting Goods upgraded, but in negative territory. Relative weakness on this name, I noted right off the top. We talked a lot about Aurora yesterday. To the upside today, couple of upgrades on Aurora Cannabis. Not really doing a heck of a lot. I'll show you that in a second. Morgan Stanley as well, also catching an upgrade, but in negative territory, along with, worth noting, the entire financial space at this point. Norwegian to the downside, yeah, 10+% for NCLH. Yeah, there's NEO downgraded today by Goldman, 7+%. PayPal on here as well, catching a downgrade, 1+% to the downside. Royal Caribbean, the other one in the cruise line group, obviously. Here's ACB. We mentioned Cron was a little bit stronger off the bat, but this one kind of taking over now. 1450 down in New York for ACB. Some of these levels could come into play. 1475 up to about $15 from yesterday. Have a look at ACB. Here's PayPal. Hard reversal here once we got back into some of these areas from yesterday afternoon. Really hard reversal. 173.5 straight down to 168.50 for PayPal, guys. Back over to you.
Get down with some PayPal shorts for sure. But right now, guys, I am over the moon here. It's been a huge day for us. You guys don't have to, I mean, I don't have to keep telling you all the same symbols that we've been on. I've showed you the multiple trades here. If you're joining for the first time, hit that like, hit that subscribe if you want to see this every single day, and we'll just continue to do it for you. Nicola here. Look, I mean, this is what we're talking about. We went crazy. This is why you got to stay with here with us and with me, because I was telling you guys when I was getting out, I can't even find any buttons on this thing. Okay, look at that. I'm going to say that's going to be basically the perfect out. This trade was perfectly structured. If you want structured trades, I mean, I've just given you this one right here. Breaking through 73, check. Out on momentum down, check right there. Noticing a little bit of a turnaround off of a monster flush, check mark on that one. Check mark on that. And now you get back to the upside, and we're going to check off our last checkbox here if it does break back down or break back above $73 there. Good profit, Joey G. $5,000 on SINT.
That's what I love to see,
Great
Joey,
trade.
giving you that shout out. It's making another move, guys. So watch here. If it can't take out that high, it just made a move to 250 again. I don't have many shares left on, but I'm going to take it. I'm going to give it to break even just to see what happens with it. Not a big position, but if you are holding a significant shares, just watch to see if it can't hold 225, 230 range here. I would show you my. Oh, there goes my daily chart is broken. My 3-minute here, just quickly. You can have a look at that same level, about 225, 230 is what I'm looking at on a retracement if you're still holding SINT. I'm going to see if it can't break 250. I'm looking at 275, next leg to the upside. I want to get you guys back to Peloton as well. Of course, I am still long in this one. I did take profit on the way up. I then got back in. There was a dip opportunity as it held 53 quarter or so. I didn't buy this one. I think there was an opportunity to buy it again. I bought this one at 54 a couple of times. It's trying to roll over at exactly the same price, 54.50. If it cannot get through here, it's probably worth taking out close to a break-even stop. But if it breaks through, next leg out I think is at 55 that we've been looking for, and then from there 56, which was that opening range bottom. So Peloton on the march back to the upside. The futures are holding for now. It's been a sell-off, but I'm going to quickly put the position board up so you can see what we have on. I got a new position in Hertz at 164. 166 was my level on that one, so I'm short in front of that price. IDEX is in the money, short 269. It's at 261. Ho hum, that's okay. Peloton long at 54. That's trying to test 54.50 again. Still have some SINT at 203. That's coming right back into that 2.25. I'm giving it to break even because I have basically nothing on right now. And WKHS, I took the first leg out, 759 still long. I will get out of all of it in front of 8. And then I'm doing a breakout trade through 8 even. I know 795 is the high of the day. I'm looking at the breakout through the even dollar, guys.
I know Neil's got the short on Hertz here, but look at this pushing upside. We're going to take this trade breaking through 171 right now. So here we go. Hertz looking to go long side.
Yeah, it's breaking the high right now.
Yeah, there we go. We are in that position right now. We are in Hertz. So we'll wait to see. I mean, it's breaking the high. It could stop here. So again, we're already smoking today. So we'll just try to add on some cherries to the top here. And here goes Hertz again. Nice little trade again for me. Long at $1.72. It's only a 3-cent winner, but let's just see what happens here through 175 and change. Then it will blast through 176. Next stop on this one, probably $1.85. Let's just wait to see what we can do. The damage is already in now on Hertz. Let's just keep going, breaking through multiple levels, and that's what your boy does. There it is again. It's another home run here for Hertz. Let's just keep the party going. Out at 77. A quick little 5-penny scalp there. Congratulations to myself. We'll floss that one off. I hope you guys had that long with me. Let's go.
Yeah, short for me, right out immediately. Sometimes you put a short in front of a key level and you get in and you're out in literally 2 seconds. Hertz, out of that one, I'm done with shorting Hertz until we test $2. We liked 166. We shorted it once and won. We shorted it twice and lost, guys. So once your level is broken, reassess. And I had nothing between that high and $2. The high. Speaking of highs of the day, there aren't many stocks that are testing their highs. WKHS is going to be one of them. I have not gotten the second leg out. It is slowing down just a little bit, but we want to take it out in the mid to high 80s here if we can. I can also give you one position that is working for us, and I haven't been updating because it's basically a slow-moving stock here. But IDEX, we did wait for the pop in the test of that 290. We got back into some shares here at 276 or 274. Check that. It just broke the 260, so we're now taking 20-cent wins on these shares. I still have about 30% of the position on. If it breaks 250, I'm looking to add to the position, not take off at this point, guys. So I'll kick a few shares off at 51 in case we get a bounce, and then jump back in if it bounces to 265. Otherwise, 250 break on IDEX, just careful. It's short sell restricted, so could be tricky to catch this one without that uptick. Brendan, what do you got?
Not seeing any news on this one, guys, but big move for Dynavax today. DVAX up 7%, just retesting $8 again. Failed already once just above 8. We're looking like we're wanting to test lower. Decent volume behind DVAX move today, guys.
EVAX, look, Nikola fails at that 73. Should have took some more shares. You did see that bunching up. I kept telling you guys about the bunching up that happened on a lot of these different symbols yesterday. You get another one right here at 70. What is that? 72, 72.50 here on Nikola. So we still are holding the 72.80 to the short side. Yeah, look, this is $1.20, $1.50 in the money, depending on which bid or offer you take here. We'll wait to see. Actually, it's closed itself down a little bit here. Much more aggressive spread now, or less aggressive, I guess. Easier to get shares. You are now only at a 8-cent spread here on Nikola, but your boy is already short 72.80. So I see that, Joseph. There we go. Nice little call on that one. How much Hertz do I have left? Still half. No, less than half of Hertz left, but we're still back up here to 77. Days high. Let's go, Hertz. We'll take some out right now, guys. Hertz ripping upside. Yeah, we did it again, and that's right. It's another home run here for Hertz, so we'll get some out at 80, and we did it again. Every single name today has been hot fire. We are at our highest spot. Go, Hertz. Go, Hertz. And again, rewind, guys. At 9 o'clock, I said ne pas to any of the shorts. I yelled over there to Greg, don't short. And I know hopefully he didn't, but we go right to the upside right now. This is a 10-penny winner on Hertz, $1.31 on Nikola, and 23 cents on NIO. Pick
guys, I hope you did short IDEX, guys. We just talked about this at a 250 break. It just died a very, very rapid death and moved to 225 immediately, guys. Big time sell action on IDEX. First 290. A couple of times we shorted off of that level. We then took it out in front of 250. So you're grabbing 20 to 40 cent wins all the way there. And then the 250 break is going to give you more 20 cent wins. IDEX, again, it is short sell restricted, but believe it or not, you could catch the short on that 250 break. I was able to get some there at 245. Yeah, that's 5 pennies worth of slippage, but if it's going to flush 20 pennies after that, no problem whatsoever. I'm now looking to short a pop, still at 265, maybe even some in front of 250. IDEX, the gift that keeps on giving the last few sessions. It's probably been my top stock the last few sessions here, but it's one short I have on, that's it. Everything else, I'm actually long here, guys. Peloton making another bounce to the upside. This is now 3 times it is trying to test 54.50. At some point, if it cannot break through, I'll have to lighten this position up. I am moving my stop up each time it fails. So this time I'm now giving it to 53.70. I just feel like if it's going to bunch up like this, it's a breakout trade anyways through 54.50. I don't have to risk as much if it can't break through. But if it does, fair enough. We're long at 54. It's been in the money 30, 40 cents at a time. And I'm not taking that because I'm looking for the retracement a little bit closer to VWAP here. We've already made one small winning trade here. I'm looking for a bigger one on Peloton. You can see here long 54.07.
Guys, yeah, hold on a second here. I'm going to have a sip of water here. Yeah, congratulations, Eric, out of that short out of that Hertz at $1.87. As we'll cross our feet and put them up here. Some Adidas. No, we are not sponsored by Adidas. I sometimes think Rob, our production guy, is sponsored by Adidas. But today, Trader TV Live. These aren't for sale yet, are they, Valeria? No, we do have these little water mugs here. It's been a big day. Just to let you guys know, we're pretty light. We only have 20% left of our Hertz trade. We'll wait to see how high it can go up. And yeah, right there, Eric. Me and you like twins today. 187 out. We'll wait to see how much higher this name does have on it. Oh yeah, and by the way, Nikola now $1.70 in the money on Nikola, 7 cents on Hertz, and a small 28 cents on NIO. But today, big day today. We're at our highest spot. It's 10:21. Look, it's a great job. Trading is the best job in the world. You can chill out. You are in control of your own destiny. Trade to make money. It's a great living, and we'll just see what happens here to the upside of Hertz. But right now, I think we are ready to talk about a small cap stock that I don't think we've really traded today. IPDN. Let's go, Brendan.
It is that time. Once again, let's jump into small cap world. Yeah, IPDN, an interesting one today. We sadly had no locates to be short on this name, but I did give you a great opportunity. This one, there was a criminal probe in China. So their Chinese operations were shut down completely for 6 months. So resumed trading for the first time today in the U.S. after a 6-month halt. So interesting look in the pre-market, ripped up here about 200% and has just been fading that move all morning long. So we ended up holding below 280. Write that one down in case we ever get back up here. Probably won't, but 280. And then this level here that was support in the pre-market ended up being resistance right at the open. 250. So 250, great opportunity. Got a flush off the open, gave you a really great opportunity on the retest of 250. This thing is now trading just above 150 for IPDN. IDEX, yeah, Neil went through this one already, but great look as well. $2.90 to $3 ended up being a level yesterday. Big time support throughout the entire afternoon. We did get above it briefly in the pre-market, but nothing since then. We're down to about 220 on that one. Great opportunity short side. Wanted to talk about CTIB. A lot of people were looking at this one. If you're looking at levels, I mean, 460 was a little bit of resistance here at the end of the day yesterday. Ended up holding below that. After the initial flush to the downside, we're down to $4. No news on this one. I don't typically want to touch anything that I don't understand the news or understand why the move is happening. So great tradable volume, yes, on CTIB, but I don't really understand the move, so I'm staying away from it. But 460 and then $5 on that one, guys. Back over to you.
A couple of things here. First, the WKHS does take that top off. I already got my shares out on that 759 long in front of $8, and now we just got the breakout long again here. Stopped to 03 here on that little trade, so I try to get 01s, 02s. I got 03s. We're going to go long one more time here. Peloton, a third time it tries to break through 54.50. I am long at 54.07, and it's trying to break this, and it cannot seem to get through. I'm going to slide my stop here. If it's a failed break, I'm going to slide it up again, probably to 80 or 90, just so we're not throwing away the profit we have. It's just not nearly as strong as I would like, but we're going to give it this shot. I've been holding the long this entire time, believing in this move. But long here in Peloton, SINT, we still have a little bit of that one, but it's retracing back to 2. Even if you like a dip buy, 205 would be the place in SINT. But Workhorse breaks $8 and comes right back in. If you're looking for that shakeout type of trade here on a stock like a Workhorse, just jumping to the 3, the problem is you're probably having to give it all the way to 780. I don't think that's necessarily ideal. If it travels past 790, I'm going to look for a re-entry at some point. If it retakes the high, maybe 810 or so, you can always add back in if you've lightened your position because there's lots of room to run. This stock, it's made 30, 40, 50 cent moves when it goes. Certainly could extend that here today. Peloton, first leg out will be in the 70s. We'll take a 70-cent win. And then after that, you know we're talking about above VWAP and close to that 56. And here it comes any second now.
Yeah, guys, also my blessing to go long here. We go long 54.50 on Peloton for the first time. Instantly 25 cents in the money. So pop a wheelie on that one. I'm going to get some out before 55. So there you go on Pelotone to the upside right now. So big trade there happening for me. Let's just wait to see what happens. Can we get 90s? A nice little 40-cent win here. If we can get 40 cents in 3 minutes or less, we will take that. We did also update our Nikola trade. We're going to get out on this break now, 72.50. I'm just a little bit nervous there. It does drop down below. We could have taken yet again another $1 on that name, but we just wait, 72.50. If it does break above this little area there, we will get out and regroup. And there's Peloton, guys. There's 40 cents in 2 minutes. So there you go. Pop the wheelie there. That's That's what we're talking about. Now let's wait to see if we can be right on this one and get back up here. I think even Peloton could take out the highs of the day. We'll wait to see if that does come down, but nice little drop off there. That is 1, 2, 3 minutes for 40 cents. Your boy has that one. Let's sip some coffee. If you guys want to, purchase your Trader TV Live mugs. They're the most popular thing so far. Purchased a few t-shirts as well, and we're adding more stuff daily. So make sure you do check back on that, guys.
And Workhorse, it's a simple plan, guys. We bought the dip, we bought the breakout. Both trades are going to work for you here. Just took some out at 8.15 on the 8 even break. Now you're looking at 8 quarters already. I've already gone over my Peloton plan, so I'm not really going to adjust anything. Although I think now that 50 is broken, a dip buy into that same 54 with the same 53.80 stop is reasonable. But here we go on Workhorse to 8.25. We're looking for 8.30, 8.40 is the next leg to the upside. Out in front of 8.50 if it gives me that chance. 3 longs all working right now. IDEX looking for a reload at 250 on that short trade, the only short I have on.
Guys, Hertz making me feel like Superman there with Valeria down below. Hertz going to the upside. Eric Meadows, I know you're out. I'm basically out here. Only have that patented 10% left, as it looks like we're going up through $1.90 now, $1.92. And again, guys, we did call this one, so we'll give a little wink out for you. I said no shorts on Hertz today, guys, and bang to the upside. Only upside today on Hertz. It does retrace a little bit here. Good luck, or good on you if you did have that. Let's see. Do I have an order? Hopefully I have an order. Typically I do this. Yes, I do. $1.95 to get out of some of these. And did we just get hit? Yes, we did. $1.95 we get out right there. So today we are not being caught. We haven't been caught with our pants down in a long time. That's just a little funny thing. Hey, that is what I'm wearing today. Let's just keep going to the upside here. $1.95. What do we have on, you might say? We haven't showed this yet today. Most of these positions, guys, have already been taken off. We're very, very light. You can see here the fruit salad was destroyed right there. Needed some energy from that golf yesterday. How are you doing, by the way, Brendan? Long right now Hertz, $1.72. 17 cents. That's 10% there. NIO, we've been hammering that all day. Our day should be infinitely bigger. We'll talk about NIO in a minute and how we got squeezed out. Nikola, $1 in the money. And Peloton, now only 11 cents in the money. But we already cashed that out for that 40 cents in that 3 minutes. So let's give it to some more upside. Oh yeah, I'm at the highest spot I've been at all day. So let's just keep this going. And it's been a fun day. I'm glad we didn't stop trading. Hertz was a banger, guys, but right now we dodge a little bit of a bullet with NIO, and we will talk about that when we get back from Brendan.
A few things to have a look at, guys, coming up later today, this afternoon, in fact, 1 p.m. Eastern. Please join us for another live recording of educational videos. You can see the topics on screen there. So going to be an interesting hour, 1 to 2 p.m. Eastern. Live recording once again. It is Wednesday. We do it every single Wednesday. Join us for that coming up at 1 o'clock this afternoon. If you're joining us here for the first time, hit the like button and hit subscribe. We'd love it if you joined us every single day. One thing we do every single Wednesday as well. Yeah, the cat wants you to subscribe as well. One thing we do every single Wednesday is look at the crude oil inventory numbers when they come out live for you. So if you're an energy trader, you like to look at oil futures on Wednesday because of the inventory numbers. Let's go to my screen here, guys. About 10 seconds to go. Yeah, I planned that pretty well. 10 seconds to go here, 5 now before we get this number. They're looking for a build, a very small build. Past few weeks, it's been much bigger than expected. Yeah, once again, 1.4 million barrel build for crude oil inventories. They were expecting 299,000 on the build side. Guys, back to you.
Yeah, here goes Hertz, guys, $2. And again, your boy was only talking long. If you're only long, then it's not much of a roller coaster because you're just still cruising and you don't even have to get off yet. We're going to break through $2 and we'll see what's next. This is not a horrible spot to get out. Maybe I'll take out one more piece right now. Let's just see what it does around $2 here. We'll talk about that. This is a great trade here. Again, follow us all over. Bang, there it goes, right through $2, 204, 205. So this is, again, guys, this is a 25% return rate here on one trade in Hertz. Like, I took this at 10:15, guys. 15 minutes later, you put 30% in your pocket. There you go. Welcome, welcome. The water is warm. Here goes Hertz, 210 to the upside. And yes, sir, does this stock have steam? Hells to the yeah. Let's get out some right now. This has been such a big move. We'll take out a little bit, hold the rest, and then we will not get out of the rest until it falls all the way back down until who knows where, maybe where we're in, $1.70. Hertz still pushing upside, guys.
Before I put the position board on, I want to let you guys know INO made another break to the upside, broke 2240, broke VWAP, stalled 23 even. It's a couple of times it's stalled here on the bounce back. I'm looking at it now, break, a second break at 23 if we can get it. Otherwise, I'm going to stay away from INO unless it goes below 2140. So 23 break is going to be on here, but I got to put the position board so you can see the 3 longs, 1 short that we got on. We reloaded an IDEX. Of course, that was a monster flush to the downside. You guys saw that one starting at 290, breaking 250, getting out at 2/4. But I'm getting back in front of 255 right now to the short side. We also have a long in Peloton, 5406. It's coming back in, so only 40 pennies in the money. We've taken a couple of wins already on that, looking for over $1 on the rest. And of course, SINT still have a small amount at 203. And WKHS, 803. I wanted 840. I did mention that. It's a big monster seller at 830. It's an iceberg order. I'm going to probably get out if it can't break this seller. They're just showing up over and over again at that 830 mark. You just got it through it now, so all I had to do was say there was an iceberg there and somebody took it out. But a lot of resistance up here on WKHS. Like I said, I'm looking for that 35-40 cent win. Once we have it, we will reassess on that one. It's been a couple of great breakouts after bungling it at the open. Sometimes you just got to wait for that opening range to get put in. Then it's a more simple trade. And that's what we did here on Workhorse after we had that little bungle. I'm going to get out. That seller's still there at 835. I got to break that guy. Next level break would be 840 and then 850. But a monster opportunity for you here. Workhorse, 4 days in a row straight to the upside, and we're taking advantage. Brennan, what do you got?
Cassava Sciences, guys, just popping up on a volume scanner here, one we haven't seen in a little while. Anyways, 12.5% here. It was added to the Russell Small Cap Index earlier this week. $3 was a decent level here that broke early on, but just up to 315 now, coming back on a pullback. We also got a little bit of phase 2B study results on their COVID-19 vaccine, guys.
So I'm just, look, I mean, thank you, Eric, for all that. And guys, thank you for the love and the support on the chat. Really appreciate it. I put a lot into this. And that's why today, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for 6, 7. Well, I'm going to 6 for 7 as INO is a loser there. No problem talking about some of the losing stocks. But look at this one, guys, all the way up to 250. And again, rewind, guys. It was like 905. I was like, do not short Hertz today. And then that would hurt you. And now you're seeing what's happening to the upside here. $2.50 and just keeps on ripping faces off. And thank God, not ours today. So nice little trade there on Hertz as that one keeps climbing to the upside. We did cash in already on our Peloton. Half of our trade. We'll get the other half down here if it does break. But right now, that was a good trade. Should have taken it all out, man. When I get 40 cents in like 3 minutes, probably should have taken that. Nikola, still a nice little $1.15 win, bouncing off this area, wondering about a reload somewhere around here. But kind of surprised it is sticking up there. I know Nikola can move. It's only down 4.5. Let's see what happens here if these futures do flush. We'll check back in our boy Nio here. That's still just hovering around. Someone asked, have we traded Nio today? I mean, look at this. How does it get any better than this other than this stupid out? But short here, we called that. And again, this is at 9:30. I always do this, and I have to stop. Stop trading and putting on decent positions here right away at 9:30 because that's a roller coaster ride for me. Back-to-back days, early minute positions, no good. Let it settle down and you know you're the right way. Pick the top and then hammer that to the downside. So, wow, everything moving, guys. Now, Nikola, even more now, 733 to the downside. Our best out, 69.84. Good little out there on Nikola.
Yeah, I'm going to give you one more name here. I know we've talked a couple of times about IBIO, but look at this triple bottom. There's no way I can stay away from this. You have these wicks to the downside at 161. You see it retest this a couple of times at 162. If we break that 162, I'll probably take some shares short, and then I'll take more shares when it breaks that even. Again, it's just an affinity for round numbers, unfortunately, there. SINT is back below $2, so the last 203 I have took that out at break even. I don't think I'm probably still not shorting SINT till 175. I can tell you Peloton's still 50 cents, 60 cents in the money, but I needed to break through VWAP so I can get over $1 on the last of these shares here. So IBIO, I'm now looking at this one to short through 162 and then again through 160. I do believe it's got an opportunity to retest first that 145. That was the previous close. That's what I'm looking at as a possible bounce site for IBIO. So you have about 10% upside on that trade. And then if you're giving it to VWAP, it's a reasonable risk to reward, guys. So let's have a look at IBIO through that 162 and 160 level to the downside.
Yeah, and here we go, guys. I am tweeting this out right now. I'll show you guys in a second about this Nikola. And so this is kind of the stuff that I'm tweeting out. If you're just joining me for the first time, follow me on Twitter. Wow, look at Hertz, guys. Still ripping up here. And look at Nikola back down near the low. So I'm just talking about loving Nikola here. Just the one short. We did highlight that. And then we do have that perfect out so far. And we are looking for longer, lower. And then I gave you my out right here, 72.51. So we'll wait. So if you guys ever interested in trade setups and exactly how I'm doing it, check it out on Twitter. Nice little day here, big time. I want to give a shout out to Daniel Shea as well as a few of the other members tweeting at me right now as well. Congratulations on that success. So yeah, it's been a big day. Yeah, I see you there trading finances, pushing Nikola to the downside. Great job. You made 96% on Hertz, the daily trade. Good job. We still are going higher. I'm going to get out of this actually at a $2 break. So once $2 breaks, we will get out of Hertz. Just want to give you guys an update as Brendan. You don't want to let him to wait for too long, or they tell you 5 times in your ear.
Speaking of bankrupt companies, guys, we can add another one to that list. GNC Holdings being added to the bankruptcy list here. Huge volume to the downside. Today was a penny stock to begin with, but we've already gone from 82 cents down to 50 cents now for GNC. They made it official today, guys.
I'm going to slide my stop again on Peloton just to update you guys. As we resist 55, as we resist VWAP, I've moved my stop a couple of times to the upside as it's sliding up. This time we're going to go to break even. So this last little bit, it's not going to be a losing trade. Technically, it's about 54.25. I'm going to have the stop at, but plus slippage. We're long here at 06. That's going to be basically break even on a stock like Peloton. This market continues to head down. And look, just because I like Peloton, just because we found a dip buy, just because we made money on it, doesn't mean you get stubborn. If the market's going to come down, Peloton can certainly sell off some more. And I don't want it to break 54, and I'm still holding this long, guys. So the last bit of my shares here, I'm going to get out on a 54.25 break. That's where the stop is slid to. I still have the same target above VWAP. If it goes to the upside, that's fine. I've now added that GNC to my list. Thank you, Brendan, for that one. It's all about making sure that you have new ideas, new opportunities, and another way to get those is to throw to Brendan at the big screen for a sea of red. Let's go to Sector Watch.
It is that time once again. Let's have a look at the S&P 500, guys, and we'll see what is leading this market to the downside. I was standing here trying to find some strength, and there isn't much so far today. We are very negative, 1.76% now to the downside for the overall market. If you can focus on these two groups right here, this is the energy sector and the little tiny real estate sector. A lot of the declines coming from both of these two groups right now. We obviously had another build in crude oil prices, so some of the oil companies getting hurt on that number. OKE, Oxy, and Halliburton leading the way, 5.5% to 6+%. For some energy names. Want to talk about this group over here as well. Consumer discretionary stocks. Here's all the cruise lines. Some of the hotels popping up here. There's MGM, Hilton, Marriott as well. 4% to 5.5% for the hotels. The cruise lines, though, we mentioned at the beginning of this show, 9.8% there for RCL, 10.8% for Norwegian, and CCL as well, 9+% to the downside. So a lot of the negativity for the overall market coming from the consumer discretionary group. Banks are weak as well. 2 days in a row here, banks to the downside. LNC, PRU, and UNM. We also have some of the diversified financials, 3.5 to kind of 4.5+% to the downside. Here's the actual banks here. Citigroup, KeyBank, 3.5%. By itself. A couple of positive notes to mention here. In the tech sector, software companies, there are some that are starting to go positive. We have some of the hardware equipment makers starting to go positive, and semis really weren't that weak to begin with today, holding around break even right now for the semiconductors. Overall, though, the market about 1.8% to the downside at this point. Let's go back to Sean.
Yes, thank you, Brendan. Just to give you guys an update here, we did update our Nikola out. It's going to be down here at 72. So just in case you guys are following on Twitter, I just did post that. Our Nikola out will be now at 72 to make sure that we do capture that 75 cents clean or 78 cents clean. It depends what price we get out at, I guess. But we are short here at 72.78 right now. $2 into the money on this one. We'll update our board here just to show you what we do have on. And it's been a pretty good day if you haven't been able to tell. Okay, Hertz right now 37 cents in the money. That's that long. NIO, look at that short. I mean, the NIO short is really one of these plays because we did hit that one and we talked about that all day as Valeria's there. Nikola short, that's $2 in the money, and our Peloton is just a smooth 10 cents right now. We are looking for more on Peloton, but yeah, I thought I would be tired after walking, what, 7,000 yards yesterday, Brendan, but it seems like we are back and we are in this today, and we are here for you guys, taking on these winners, man. Multiple dollars today. It's been monstrous for us. One of the best trades. Actually, this is kind of a trade that I was really pleased with as well. We did have Apple breaking the high of the day there at 367 off the pre-market. This trade happens relatively right away at 938. We're able to capture profit. Apple's still one of the top stocks for me today, as you can see. And then we get out there. We just should have reversed to the short side. Let's see what Apple wants to do down here. 362.50. We need some good news to hit this market, and then Apple can get back up. I'm not looking at it until we clear all of this, which would be 365.50 to the upside. We're getting close to our guest of the day today as well. And we also do have coming up tonight at 1 p.m. I say tonight because it seems like when we're doing this show that sometimes the 3 hours is 3 hours. 1 p.m. here, guys. Charting time frames, live streaming indicators. You could see simple and exponential moving averages as well as Bollinger Bands. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, join us then. Watch the videos, and then we'll post them up on our Market Wisdom page. So Valeria, I know the link is there, but we'll drop it whenever you are ready. So Valeria will be dropping the link there, so wait and watch for it on the chat.
INO just seems like it only wants to go up. This market is sliding to the downside, and I had some good shorts on that we've made some money, but I'm only in 2 longs. This is just a weird sensation for me to see a downward market, and here we are in the money, $1 on almost $1 on Peloton, and then long again in INO, and we're long at 23.09 on that 23 even break. I'll probably be taking some of these out in front of the high of day, and then again, I wanted to see if we can test that 24. It's probably a breakout through that price. If it gets there, that's just unreal as far as I'm concerned. So you want to make sure you're taking some in front of 50 and then some maybe in the 70s or 80s if we can get there. At this point, grabbing 50, 60 cent wins, counter trend in INO feels like not a bad idea, and then looking for a 24 break as well. But Brendan has something for us. What do you got there?
Yeah, Disney here, guys, pushing into new lows. Just made a new low on decent volume on that headline. CNN reporting that workers in Florida are petitioning the company to delay reopening in Florida because of the surge in COVID-19 cases. So a bit of a downtick here for Disney, guys.
Yeah, they probably should. And there goes Peloton right now. So nice little ripper upside here. My targets are up here somewhere, 56 and change. Let's see if we can get $1.50 on this one. Just another banger here that we've given to you guys today once again. So Peloton, 54 cents in the money. Look at Nikola, just keeps trying to push lower and lower. I said on the tweet that this was the low so far. I do think we can get below here. I'm not taking anything off until we start breaking some key levels. I may also now begin to adjust the stop back here, 71.08. Guys, we're deep in the money on Peloton, so let's not let winners turn into losers. And Nikola here, deep in the money. Well, we're deep in the money on Peloton as well. That's 70 cents now as that one's ripping upside and Nikola coming down. So we'll wait to see here. I'm wondering if this futures move may be a little over-exaggerated right now, 71 and change. Let's see how far Nikola wants to go, guys.
Yeah, I'm loving to see you guys all over INO, and there's been fantastic long opportunities. I just hate myself for not getting any of the dip buys here. Anytime you see a strong bullish name fail on a massive flush to take out pre-market bottoms and then snap right back up, you got to look for places to catch it on the way up. And I think that 21.50, if I'm going to learn from this, that's going to be that price. I did just mention on the 23 break, take some off in front of 50, take some off in front of high a day, because if it's going to go, you're going to get the 24 break anyway. So as long as you have direct market access like we do when you're day trading, sometimes you're a little bit more nimble. I get it if you've been holding one long break from earlier, maybe you're still in it looking for that 24. Fair enough, that's a different time frame than what I'm looking at here. I do have half my position still looking for that 23.80 mark. Like I said, about 60 cents would be good. Peloton, same old story. Now we've broken above VWAP. I'm not adjusting my stop at all. It's a break-even stop anyways. At this point, it's either coming back up to this leg here, just shy of that 56 mark, looking for about $1.75 or so on that win. It's been sort of a slow ride to the upside, but it's a counter trend long, so there's nothing wrong with that, guys. If it gets there, great, $1.75. It can't be a loser at this point. Only mistake was missing these dip buys I was buying on the way back up when I probably should have been a little bit more patient. A winner's a winner, but you can always do better. I only got 2 longs. I got to find myself a shorter. I'm going to be sick to my stomach in this down market.
Yeah, we have winners long, winners short, winners everywhere. So let's just wait to see what does happen now with the market. I don't know. I mean, it needs to break. What is this low here? This is the ES. So if you ever see ESU20, that's the way our symbology, I guess, works here on the P Pro 8 platform. 3,062.50 to the bottom. So we'll wait to see if that can crack through. It tried to make a move upside there. I'm wondering if we should just get back into some Apple at some point here and possibly take this out on the downside here. Looks like it's trying to fade through. Apple, I don't like. I'm a long-time investor on this one, but we'll wait to see. 362.50. Remember, all the trades, and I often get tweets at me for this, and then it is like, are you still long? Like, for example, FSLY. I got a lot of love for this play on Monday that we had. That's Fastly. And you can see, I mean, look at the chart on Fastly right here. Big move up here. We had the long down here on Monday. People asking me, hey, Sean, are you still long Fastly? And the answer is no. At the end of the day, we are day traders, prop traders for Day Trade the World. I get flat at the end of every single day on these positions, right? If you ever hear me talk about long-term positions like I'm long Disney, I'm long Square, I'm long things like that, those are positions that I'm long and holding in my trading and or investment account. But right here, whenever we're talking about trades in the day, like this Nikola right now, that's $2 in the money, this trade will come out of my blotter, if not now, soon, and for sure by 4 o'clock. So we are flat. So if Nikola opens up tomorrow at 60 and you say, wow, Sean was short 73, these are just scalp day trades, and we are out of them at the end of every single day. And yes, I see you there, Tom Anthony. Let's put up the Canadian flag for that one because we are located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada, one of the finalists for the hub cities for the NHL. So we'll see if that's coming back through very soon. The NHL coming back. Hopefully it's in Toronto, but we'll see. Our breakouts are somewhat under control. I see Florida's been a problem here and so are the southern states. So good news there if you're Disney short with that news. I'm Brendan.
Yeah, I'm going to hit the slap shot because you said that. I don't have the Canadian flag, unfortunately, but INO is working back up towards that 23.50 mark. I still do have some of my shares. IBIO broke that 160, so we got short 159. It doesn't move fast enough for me to need to update you on it every few seconds, guys. But INO, which is right next to it, so we accidentally hit it. Big time seller at 23.50. Some of you guys noted that. That's exactly why I get out in front. We have level 2 access, so I can sort of look at the level 2 and I can see a seller there. Sometimes it's an iceberg, meaning they show 100 or 200 shares or 500, and there's lots of shares behind it. This time it was just a big seller right there on the offer. You take profit, you get that little 30, 40 cent scalp. This allows you to have a better target to the upside and hold it a little bit better because you don't want to sit here feeling that regret that you didn't take anything off when there was an obvious sell and resistance point. So I've now moved my stop to break even. I just feel like if we fail at lower high, why not just dump out of here, not turn a winning trade into a loser? I did that with my initial long the first time. I took more on the way back in and then had a losing trade that wasn't even necessary. The move was done. It failed at 24 like I kind of expected it would. I didn't need to jump back in. I could have waited for this long right here. So this time, if we break 23.50 out in front of high a day for 70 to 80 cents, otherwise break even stop on INO. It only seems to go up, but that can't continue forever. I'm banking profit all the way upside, guys.
Yeah, yesterday I think it went up $10 or something. Let's check. Let me check what. Yeah, let me check what it went up yesterday. Here, INO. Yeah, look. I mean, this is the trade here, and I want to give a shout out to Marcus talking about INO today. Yeah, we were on this obviously yesterday as well. Look at this. Yesterday it does go up. Actually, it is almost 10. Actually, it's $8 yesterday. So could it go again today? Sure, why not? $20 open there or close to it, and now you're up to 23. So maybe dollars more to go on INO. I stepped into SINT here for the first time, so we are now long on that one through 202. Let's wait to see what happens on SINT. Our Peloton still rocking and rolling. We do have that one long, and that's once again, guys, another 56 cents in the money. So let's just wait to see what does happen there. We have Nikola, we have NIO, Peloton, and SINT to alongside the other two to the short side. Nothing is more important than money, and today it's talking. So let's see what Brendan has to say on Money Talks.
Hey guys, yeah, currency time. Let's jump into FX world and see how things are moving so far today. I want to start with cryptos down here to the downside so far today. Pretty decent move as well, 3.2% to the downside for Bitcoin. Ethereum down here almost 3%. This is the chart over here of Bitcoin. Hourly time frame goes all the way back out to kind of April, March-ish of this year. But just wanted to highlight this tight consolidation that we're still in when it comes to Bitcoin. So 9,800 on the top here, 9,000 on the bottom, breaking back to the downside through that 9,400 area on Bitcoin today. So yeah, 3.25% to the downside. New Zealand dollar and Australian dollar both negative today. A little bit of economic data out overnight over in both of these countries that was to the downside. Japanese yen, Swiss franc higher today. A little bit of volatility play coming back in. We also have the Canadian dollar moving lower, 0.2%. The euro, 0.3% to the downside, 112.7. We did actually touch 113 very briefly, but came all the way back in. British pound as well, negative 0.6%, 124.4 for the pound so far today. Let's go back to Neil.
I know the market's down, and this is very unlike me here, but arrows upside. INO, once again, it broke that 23.50 buyer. I said I would get out in front of the high a day. That was 23. It was 23.85 or so. It just tried to take that out. I'm not breaking out long until 24. So we talked about 60 to 80 cents. We'll take basically exactly that on the second leg of that trade. So the breakout at 23, fantastic. Dip buys have been fantastic. Breakouts have been good on INO. Now we're looking for another one through 24 if we can get it. At this point, you just kind of stay with the direction and stay with the trend. And for a few days now, INO has been giving you that money to the upside. At some point, it will become a short, and when that happens, you will see me all over it. But I'm not going to fight INO. You just can't. You're not going to win that way, guys. So we're going long side on that one on a 24 break. Peloton is actually holding up pretty decently here. As the futures, I'm looking at the ES. 30, we just broke the bottom on the ES. So Peloton, I wasn't going to move my stop from break even. I'm going to move it now. I'm going to move my stop up to about 54.75. I got to lock in that 60-70 penny win. If we don't break definitively through VWAP and roll back over as we're hitting lows on the futures, it is just foolish for me to hang on to a trade that's been a winner the entire time and just get greedy. You know what they say, guys? Pigs get slaughtered, and we're going to try not to be that pig today on Peloton. It's been a great long for me for a while here, ever since that 47 break. A very, very similar setup happened a couple of days ago as well. But it's made a nice bounce here. We managed to catch some of it. I don't know that it can sustain it with the market coming down so heavily. So we'll lock in about 70 cents if we can on Peloton. And INO, there it is, 24 broke. We're long again in INO. And it's not that I'm upset about it. It's just that I'm a little bit shocked at how strong this stock has turned out to be. Honestly, you're buying anywhere here, and it's worked for you. Dip buy, breakout buy, VWAP bounce plays. It doesn't matter. This one, I'm going to give it probably to that 75 where we got out before. Otherwise, let's see if we can take those quarters, take those 50s, and then run to the next level, up 12%. The daily chart is going to show you the observed parabolic move we've had since the $16 break. It's a 50% move in a couple of days in INO, and it's shown really not a heck of a lot of signs of slowing down here just yet. There's been a couple of good dip buys, but the breakouts remain fantastic in INO. Here's another one, guys.
You should have. I should have gone to Disney a little bit faster there, Brendon. Disney here to the upside, not any longer. Breaking through 113. Nice little move to the downside here. Brendan coming with that news about the petitions and the employees not wanting to open it up, and that's going to obviously be a problem as it goes. I know Disney's obviously in Hong Kong and doing opened up there, so we'll wait to see what they can do here in stateside where there's a lot of revenue. I think Disney Paris opened up today, maybe. So there is some good news around this. I'm going to wait to see on a 113 break, but right now I don't want to go and fight a trend here just in case there is more to this story than possible. If employees don't want to work, I guess if they're unionized, that's going to be a problem, but they can always be replaced. So we'll wait to see what does happen there. I did want to check out Workhorse as well. I did see some talk there. Obviously, Neil's been trading that today. I have not. We'll look at Workhorse here and just see what's happening. Back up to 803. 18 million shares. Still looking at that top. We are bunching up here. Maybe an 810 break on Workhorse would be something that we would care to look at. But other than that, man, we're just getting ready for our trade of the day, or trader of the day soon, I guess. Lucas is talking with him right now, and then we'll be going over there and seeing what's up. But Workhorse right now, 810, 811, looking like another breakout spot on this name. We'll probably take that.
Yeah, and I just got more shares out of INO there at that quarter. Like I said, I'm playing quarters and 50s because at some point it just turns into scalp trades for me. It's hard for me to sit here with direct market access and not express a trade this way. 23, out in front of 50, out in front of 75, in at 24, out in front of quarters. It's not that I don't believe it can continue going up. It's just that when I have the ability to get in and out and bank the profits, like I said, it's already been a 50% move in just a couple of sessions here. You can't sit here and think it's going to always go up to infinity. That's why I'm taking profits off. I know some of you guys will do it differently. I just have 2 positions to the long side. I do have a short, so I want to quickly update you on the position board. We do have that IBIO when it broke that 161 and 160. 159 is my price. 150 is my first target out if it ever gets there. It hasn't really moved, so it's not doing anything right now. That's why I'm not really talking about it. Peloton, I'll take the board off. Still long at 54.06. It's $1.20 in the money. I've been looking at $1.75 all morning long. It hasn't given it to me. I've slid my stop on Peloton, like I mentioned a couple of times here to you, up to 54.75. I've not been trailing it. I have a manual stop that I'm moving each time, from 53.75. I had it at 54 even. It's now at 54.75, so it cannot be a losing trade at this point, and we're looking for that $1.75. Let's go, Peloton. It feels like I'm spinning wheels here at 55. Where's the next upside move? It just keeps going, guys. Let's go.
Yeah, I just bought some more there, so we'll see what Peloton wants to do. Yeah, big trade over there for Peloton. We are also now into Workhorse. We did talk about that breaking through 811, so we're long on that name, and we'll just see, again, how high it can go. I mean, if we can get some out here in the mid-20s, we will do that on Workhorse again. This is 11 o'clock, so we'll see if the volume is still in here on this name. That's Workhorse. It's an easy out down here if it breaks, so probably 90 or 80 and change. Workhorse right now to the long side. SINT, the Nether Dreamer to the long side. We'll see what happens there. But right now, that's what we have on board, man. We're looking to get some more. Nikola right now, $1.13. Our out could be right here, but I'm going to give it a little bit more room. I think. Did I adjust my stop? Oh, no, I did. 70, yeah. So we are going to get out if it does break above 72. So we're getting very, very close to that. There is a little bunching up here. The futures are now pointing back to the downside. So we'll see. We'll get a little bit more short here. Nikola, if it breaks through here, 71.40 to the downside. We'll take another bit of Nikola short, but been a big day, needless to say, here as Peloton back upside. We believe in it, so we take more. Let's get some out here. If it comes up to 50 once again, we'll take out some Peloton, but that's been a nice one. Get on that bike, guys. Let's start buying some of these shares up.
I tried to short this morning on American Airlines, and you can see the move it made off of 14, and we talked about that 14 level. Couldn't catch it. It got to 13.90. It's now actually bouncing back up here and trying to roll at VWAP. As the market is sliding to the downside, if we make some fresh lows and we can get a short underneath 1360, I'm going to give it a shot. But every time I've done this particular trade in the last, I'd call it week and a half, American in particular has had a lot of trouble having a secondary rollover. This time the market's with us, so I'm going to stick with that plan. It's been a good trade for me overall, where we take it in around this 1350, give it to this high at 1365. Risk reward is pretty good. You take some off in front of the low of the day. That's 2-to-1 at that point. I just have to keep in mind, overall in the last like 7 to 10 sessions. I think I've basically been flat on it. I get a little bit of a move, and the rest I'm taking out in the afternoon as it breaks up. So I will not be going too heavy into it. But if the futures break that low a day, then I think you can dig in a little bit more on that kind of a trade. So let's start it here at 1350, only giving it to 65, and now throwing to Valeria for our European update.
Hey guys, welcome to the European update. European stocks hit by fear of second wave of the virus. Germany is down 2.54%. France is down 2.24%. Spain is down 2.47%. And Italy is down 2.53%. Meanwhile, Britain is down 2.48%. UK's Dialog Semiconductor gained 7.8% after updating outlook for its second quarter and adjusting expected revenue upwards. Well, that's all with the Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
We did it again. I mean, you want big wins, follow. 8-11 long on Workhorse. Again, rewind. Like this trade is taking me like 3 minutes. Look at Workhorse exploding to the top side. So here's another one, a 20-cent plus win on WKH. Workhorse breaks through there. We'll have to get some out to the top side, but we did it again. It's another chicken dinner winner for you, and I'm glad that we talked about it. Bang, Workhorse 30s out right there. Some more, but yeah, this just keeps getting bigger and better. Look, do I only trade Apple, NIO, Nikola, Peloton? No, we trade everything, and look at Workhorse going to the upside. Big caps, small caps, any of these stocks, we've got this one. Peloton also, guys, cha-ching. We ring that one out and rain the money down. So yeah, it's been a big day today, guys. I'm once again at the highest spot that I've been on. I switch over. Look at Workhorse, guys. Go to the up. Go gadget Workhorse. We are going to the upside now. Slapshot Central into the 40s. This is again a huge move here. Long at 810. It's up to 840, 850. Given to you this one, guys. I gave this one to you at $8. So hopefully you have this one with me to the long side. Let's go. The money just keeps on flying in. Glad you're loving the show. Glad you're liking it. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. Workhorse, northbound. What up, Bren?
Another one we haven't gotten to yet today. U1 here, guys. Almost got through another day without U1 popping up on a volume scanner, but no such luck. We just bounced from $20.11 to $22. So that's a almost $2 bounce there. Off the bottom on U1. Volume definitely lower than the past couple of days, especially yesterday. Had a crazy move to the upside, but nice little recovery here underway for U1, guys.
I'm going to assume we probably have to pay for some locates. It was so far off my radar after being a good stock for the last few sessions that I'm going to have to see if we have those locates. It's a big move. I like the fact that it's sustained volume at this time. If you're looking for things to trade as you get past 11 o'clock, you're going to want to make sure, as Brendan said, the relative volume is still good and not drying off and tapering into that lunchtime expectation of lower volumes. I'm not seeing that in U1, so that means it's going to be on the radar. It's still only 1 million shares in the day, but the fact that it just gave you a nice little spike on good volume, it's going to be worthwhile for me to jump into. I just got the first little bit of our American Airlines trade. First time today that we've jumped into one of the airlines, and again, some consolidation here. You have to watch out. The market is coming back, so we're going to look at a tight stop, like I mentioned, at 1365-ish. Breaks through there, we'll just give up the ghost on American, and the next level has been $14 for me. It tried to test that off at the open and couldn't get through, so if it gets anywhere close to that, we'll certainly revisit American at what is a key price at 14 even. Only other position we have on is IBIO, which is not moving, and of course Peloton, which is still about $1.30 in the money. 175 will maintain my target there, out in front of 55 even if we ever get there on Peloton.
If we ever got to 55 even, then yeah, we will be very, very big on this name. So yeah, we've punched into more shares, more. So yeah, we've been loving Peloton. We loved it yesterday. It was a big winner for us yesterday. Actually, yesterday we talked about 55 level breaking, and then that went to 56. So we did take the money off the table there on Peloton yesterday. We'll see what happens today on that name. NIO, 19 cents. Workhorse, look at this out up here, guys. We hit that out at 45. So that was a nice out there on Workhorse for sure. So hopefully you guys were able to get some out on the top side. You got to play the momentum momentum to get out, right? So there it is, busting upside. We see it, it fades back, it happens again. You don't fool me twice, and we go cowbell on Workhorse. So nice little trade happening there, as you guys can see. But look, guys, it's nothing but profits today. Like I said, we're at the highest spot we've been at all day. What up, Brandon?
It is that time, guys. It is 11:05. Everyone's favorite segment, Guest Trader of the Day. If you are watching and would like to participate as a Guest Trader of the Day, just simply send an email to marketing@tradertv.live, and we'll get you on as a guest trader. Let's have a look before we get to Del Passand joining us today. Very excited. Let's have a look at what's coming up this afternoon. Yeah, live recording once again, 1 p.m. Eastern, right here on this very channel. We're going to record 4 educational videos. Those are the topics. If you're interested, please join us, 1 to 2 p.m. We do it every single Wednesday. Should be a good one coming up this afternoon. As I mentioned, marketing@tradertv.live, and we'll get you on as a guest trader of the day. Let's bring in our guest trader today, Del Passand, joining us. Great to have you on the show, Del. It's been another exciting day so far as the markets are concerned. How has your morning been?
First of all, morning to you, Brandon, and guys on the floor. My morning has been a little bit slow. I have been doing a little bit of research and going back and forth, but I got in the trade with CCL and cashed out on that. But apart from that, it has been a little bit slow day for me, and have been just observing and watching the market.
Great stuff, Del. We might have a little bit of an issue with the delay as far as the audio is concerned, but we're going to bring in the guys here and get back to the markets.
Welcome, Del. Good to have you on the show. Good to see you again, of course. If you can just quickly walk us through, I want to jump right into trading here because it's obviously been a wild market. Are we talking about CCL short off of the open? Obviously, that was a great little trade through the downside. Was that what you were looking at? And my secondary follow-up to that is that the only thing you were hunting for, or just the only thing that you put on this morning?
No, actually, I have been observing. Actually, on my Twitter account, Twitter handle, I posted a whole bunch of stocks that I have been watching since yesterday, and these are the secondary day movers. So I'm looking at the 3rd day movement already, because yesterday it was the 2nd day of their move, and the CCL was the only play that I actually placed trade on, and it was. Basically, after you entered, for me it was a 1684, lower than 1685, and then I executed my trades, and on 1646 was the point that I decided to close my trades on CCL.
Absolutely. The odd thing about that is actually my last out was at 41, so right around the same place that we're looking to get out. That 50 level was certainly a break there, guys. I got to quickly update you guys. I did add to my position in American Airlines. The market is not stopping right now, even though we are getting a bit of a base at the low. We talked about 1365 being my top. I did add to that position there. And apologies, guys. Obviously, there was a bit of a delay. You could see the lag between us and Del. So we're going to see if we can't fix that and bring him back on. Obviously, it's going to be a little bit difficult to have a conversation if we're having moving markets and trading live and then trying to go back and forth with that kind of a delay. So hopefully we can get him right back on here, but same structure. My trade here remains in American Airlines. 1365 top is going to be my out here on this one. IBIO is moving to the upside, and it would, of course, every one of these longs have been monster wins, and I go to short a small cap, and then this one is going to break to the upside. You got to be kidding me, right? So IBIO, if it takes at 165, I'm out of this puppy here. Looking for places to maybe get back into INO. INO shakes me out of the second half of that breakout. I got shook, and then it breaks to the high of the day again. So IBIO just continues to be a monster win. Now, obviously, we're not going to lose on that trade because we did take the profit off and managed our loss to the downside. So it's a small, small win on the 24 break. But it's still trending to the upside, which is insane to me. If it breaks 23 at some point, maybe I'll think about a short below that price, but it just hasn't done it. So I'm not even thinking about shorting INO until it's at least $1 lower, probably even more than that, guys. Long in only Peloton, shorts now in AAL and IBIO.
All right, we're looking here at our workhorse trade, making sure that that's still good to go, and it looks like it is right now. We are long at 811, 810, so the day again, guys. You can see the profits at the bottom. I mean, this is what we're doing. We're trying to cash in for you. We're making some trades, making some plays. I hope you guys are following along. Today, we got to thank, again, our lucky frog today coming into play there. One losing stock today, and it is actually INO, and it's nothing. And I also want to give a shout out to Freddie the Flamingo as well. And then today, because the champions are in the building, we will also once again raise the trophy there for you guys today. So it's been a monster day here today as we go. Sorry about the trouble with the guest. We will try to get him back on, Dal. So there we go, 850. Here comes Workhorse to the upside again. I think it's prudent to probably take something off here on that. And Peloton, we are actually now flat on the stock for the day. We did try to go long there at this level. We got some out at 50. It did fail. So now I have a small 10% left on this name just to see if we can get back up here to the upside. But yeah, this is another flat stock for us. So I would count it as a loser if it was. But right now we're flat on Peloton. We should have cashed in everything up here, but that's okay. We'll wait to see big trades coming for me on Peloton. We'll be back and we'll make some big ones for you on this name as we go. SINT still at 203. We're only giving this one down here 185, 186 or so before we do get out of that one. And the rest is history, man. We're crushing this market. You guys already know about that. NIO just comes out there. We're going to see NIO does break. Look what happens here. We are short all the way up here. NIO breaks down below 675 and we get out there 671 and still moving to the downside. So yeah, we have this one again. And once again, just another cowbell kind of day for me over here, guys. Brendan, I think we're back. What's up, bud?
Yeah, just checking in on Dell here, the stock, not our guest. We are, however, working on our guest. Guys, we're going to get reconnected with Dell. Great story. He is in a very interesting location. We're going to talk to him about that as soon as we get him back on. But yeah, Dell, just trying to break new lows of the day here. Just popped up on a volume scanner as well. Still high, 6.7%, in fact, to the upside on the VMware news, but trying to fade a little bit more, guys.
I just got trailed out of my Peloton, so I'm going to give it up here. It was 24.06 that we had long. 24.06 and 24.07 were our two entries. We tried to break it up to that 56 mark. You couldn't give the $1.75, so we're going to get it out. You can't fight this market, which is continuing to head southbound, guys. The shorts that I have on, IBIO is not really moving, but AAL American, that's the other one that we put on. I like in front of 14, but we're going to take the shot here in front of that 13.65. See if we can't retest the low. If it takes out this 13, call it 27 bottom, I'll probably break out to the short at 13.25 as well. Likely to be out of most of my short here if it does get there in the first place, but I'd probably be adding if the market is still falling at that time. You just got to watch out, of course. It is that lunchtime hour. So only a couple of shorts here right now. And I see people sitting here, INO is going to only go up. Don't fight it. Don't hate on the stock. All I did is say that if it dropped below $23, I would consider shorting it. I didn't say I'm short now. I didn't say I'm going to go short in 5 minutes from now. Just saying if it breaks 23 here, I'm probably going to look to see if we can't fade this one. It's been up so strong. At some point, all good things come to an end on the short term. And I'm looking for a day trade short here through 23 if it can ever get to that price. So if we do that and hang below, I'm probably going to jump in short. Otherwise, there's still breakout plays. There's still pullback trades. The trend is still clear to the upside. It hasn't broken that trend. So if you're bullish on it, it hasn't given you too much reason to fade away from it. I'm just talking about $1 lower from here, guys. That's nothing too crazy.
We're talking about crazy winners on this side, guys. 202 long, SINT, out some at 12, out some at 9s there. And we'll just keep going higher here on SINT. Look, I've done it today again here at Workhorse, another 40 cents. This is getting to its day's high here. I don't have any orders to get out here. I'm just in chill mode right now. I mean, this seems to be relatively easy today to pick these winners. And here goes Workhorse. Like, we be patient, wait for that 811 top. Look at this, that's 40 cents in the money right there. So on Workhorse, big trade there happening. SINT, we're back up to 12. Look, this is another 10-cent win on a $2 name. So, I mean, it just keeps getting cashed in here. We did take Nikola short now, finally. This is back into where we wanted it. I thought I wanted 71.50, but I guess the spread does open up. You can see. So now we are short 20, what is it? 71.20s. Okay. So we are now short 71.20s. Not a great spot. Would much rather be 30, 40, 50 cents in the money. But here goes Nikola. Let's see if it wants to break down below $71. If it does, holler at your boy. We're going to have another winner on Nikola. We'll see if he can get back down to 70. I think this one we will take off. If I'm going to put a bid here for about $1. So if we can get out at 70.30 or so, we'll take that. It wicked down here a couple times. Again, look at the opening up here of that. And bang, there it is. You want 50 cents? You can take 50 cents. 50 cents in 2 minutes again. Oops, did we do that again? There we go. One of the favorite artists around here, Britney Spears, going downside to the market now. Nikola, we did it again, guys. There you go. Merry Christmas. Welcome. It's once again another chicken dinner winner. Put on the suggestions if you got to give me something else to hit, because here we go. Nikola, we just take it, and the destruction continues on Nikola Motors today by yours truly. Let's keep it going, guys.
Yeah, I'm looking at that Dell that Brendan mentioned. I think it's a great call out here. If we can take out that 52, we're going to go short on that name for sure. If we break upside, bracket this one, 53.25, 53.30 to the upside. It's a tight range. You see that speculation on Dell. I tried to pick the bottom one time, a little too early. We waited for some consolidation. Now you're getting a much, much better setup here to take the breakout trade on Dell. Or, look, if it wants to break down, that's fine too. Either way, you got to have a stop on either side. Brackets 53.30, 52 even on Dell. I'm going with both of those. AAL still in the money for me, but I'm not taking anything off here. I'm not scalping it, for 5 or 10 cents. I'm looking for a little bit deeper of a move. First shares off will be at about 15, then at about 25. Low of day, we are looking to potentially add on American Airlines. I want to get you guys back to one name from the morning. Of course, we were just talking with not the stock. We're talking about the guest trader of the day, Dell. I'm mentioning CCL. That was the trade that he had on. It's trying to hold a higher low right now at about 16.20 after dipping to 16.17 or so. If this takes out another low here and gets past that quarter, I think we'll jump into the short. Watch for a breakout through maybe 35 or 36. But with this market coming down, I just wouldn't fight the trend here. I would take a break to the short side on CCL if you can get it. Just watch out. It's close. I think it did break to 10% downside, so it might be under that SSR rule, meaning you can't hit that bid. You need the uptick, in which case you're sort of crossing a couple pennies down and hoping for that uptick on a 617 break on Carnival Cruise. But you can't fight the trend. I'm only looking at shorts right now. Nothing to the long side for me with this market cratering right now, guys.
And you guys know that we gave you, this chart on CCL was so cash there. We only had 1,000 shares, but 694 was a big trade. We got out here. I always get out around the 75 level, so that wasn't good. This was a back and forth there. One of my triggers got stopped there, 1650. So that was a nothing trade. But CCL, wish we would have held that 1,000 shares. Look, it'd be 800 bucks in the money, but whatever. We'll just go on that one. We didn't have it. There's no way I would hold all 1,000 shares to down here anyways. So we'll wait to see on that one. Oh yeah, by the way, SINT just tweeted it out, guys. Follow me on Twitter. I mean, we just posted this here on Twitter. If you want, oops, that's not it. I'm not tweeting anything else out here. But as we go here, just crushed Workhorse, SINT, and now we're back short into Nikola. We did talk about that. And the reason why I post these charts, guys, is so that you can go back and forth and just kind of see what did we trade, where were my outs, what's going on. Today, only 2 losing stocks, Peloton and INO. And INO is kind of a funny one for me because look where we were long on INO. I mean, obviously, it keeps going up. And, I said yesterday, went up $8 or $9. So can it go there today? Hells to the yeah. Look where we were in, though, 23, 24. The problem with me is I trade with too many shares. So once it goes back down against me, I can't hold it because I just don't want to get stopped out. And so unfortunately, it does break it back down below 22.50. Should have held it. I think maybe I'll slow down, use a little bit less shares so I can hold things against me. But right there, that's INO. My bad. What we should have actually done was go long through 23.90 right now. But unfortunately, we didn't and we missed that. So hindsight, but we don't have any hindsight on this trade. Look at Workhorse, guys. We are long $8.12. So who has that one? This guy, 2 thumbs coming up. That's good enough, guys. There we go. 2 thumbs. We're long Workhorse right now. 880. Look, this is another 10% runner to steal one of Neil's terms here. We put it into percentage terms. 10% plus now on Workhorse. To me, that doesn't mean anything, but maybe it does to you guys. Still ripping upside, $8.90, $9. Workhorse going insane. And once again, we have it. We are at our highest spot of the day. Why do we get excited? Geez, I wonder why. Okay, Nikola here, guys. Look at this trade. Out of half down here. Okay, that's an 80-cent win again to go along with our multiple dollars on this one. So we're going to see if Nikola keeps pushing to the downside. But right now, Workhorse, wow, talk about that one for the win. 95s, there we go. We're up and away. You're going to break 9, aren't you, Workhorse? And there it goes. This is why you hold on. This is why you follow me. Up to 9 and change. Congratulations. Anybody with Workhorse?
Marcus there, congratulations to you. I know allowing you to retire. It keeps going upside, guys. It's just a great little mover there. Not moving to the upside is the market. Not moving to the upside are the airlines. And American moves down. We talked about that short. That's what we have on here. I said first leg out would be at 15 pennies at 13.39, and then we'll take some out in front of the low of the day. We're going to go more short if it ever breaks that bottom. Right now, that's 13.28. So whether you want to short through 30, you want to short through 25, I would short through the quarter. So I'm going to give it that. If it pulls back into the 50s, I'm reloading in front of VWAP on American Airlines, staying net short as long as the market is heading downside. I like this trade. I do like the $14 level better, but you're obviously not going to be able to get that, guys. So you jump into the short here on the VWAP retracement. It failed once to break out. It failed the second time. That time we grabbed it there on American and holding on for low of day, where we're going to add to our position on a break of the low, guys. Sometimes you want to get out of it. Other times you want to just play that trend by getting more shares in, whether it's pullback or breakdowns. That's what we're looking for next on American Airlines. I'm going to go quickly over to IBIO just because it's the other short I have. My stop is right here at 165. Realistically, here I could just sit here and get out when this guy breaks. You see this 500,000 shares at 165. This is why you're going to get out at that price. I'm really short at 161. If they break that, I mean, forget about it. I'm not going to fight that on a dollar stock. If they want to break a 500,000 share seller, there's no way I'm going to sit here holding this short. If that battle wins, I think we can start taking it out on a further takeout of the low of day. My target initially was 150. But 145 previous close. If we hold this level, I think maybe you can get even more than that. But you cannot let 165 go if you're shorting the stock here. So just American for me in the money. And now IBIO, basically flat trade, but gonna give it only through 165 with that big seller, guys. We only have about 40 minutes to go. I know we're trying to get our guest trader back on. It's always a fun segment. And just a reminder, if you want to be sitting in that chair, if you want to join in, talk about your journey, where you're at, ask some questions, have a little bit of fun, drop us an email. You can be a guest trader just like any of the fun ones that we've had. We like return guys to come in. We want new people to come in. We'd like to see some more female traders on. We had Maria on once. And then I'm not seeing any more of you ladies jump in here. And I know you're on the channel. I know you're paying attention. I know you're contributing as well. We'd love to have you on. But if you want to do that, you got to reach out to us, guys. So jump in here if you want to do it. I'm going to get back to not the guest, but Dell, the stock. It is still testing the bottom of the day. I still have that bracket order to the downside. At 52 breaks, we are going to go short. It's creeping and creeping lower. It's not going to be able to resist this too much longer if the market keeps falling in. Remember, it's all speculation. They could either be adding to their stake and buying the rest of VMware, which could be a drag on stock, just a little bit. There's some synergies there, but it could also be simply selling their stake, which is that positive. So I'm going either direction on this break. 53.30 to the upside, that's VWAP. 52 even to the downside, inside that range, not touching Dell with a 10-foot pole, guys.
Okay, guys. I've seen some chat talk here, and thank you so much, guys, for everything that it's been today. It's been a monster day. I see big money day. This is probably my biggest day this week. It's only Wednesday, so maybe, Brendan, we'll have to golf a little bit more there. It's been a great day today. Wasn't 100% sure how we'd be feeling, but it's been a good one, man. It's good. Disney with new days low. Check out Workhorse, guys, out at 9 there, holding small percent. We'll see what happens to Workhorse 9. We did get out of some of the Nikola there for 80-cent winner. Look, we're in chill mode. We can once again raise this, guys. Right here. We'll pass the trophy off, but right now this trophy is is mine, and it will stay there. Nice little win there. You got to celebrate some of the profits taken off today. Check out Uber. This is a name that we really haven't gotten too caught up with today, but we did talk about that Yandex talk earlier on. Thank you to Brendan for that one. And look at Uber. Normally, guys, this has been a favorite stock of mine, Uber, but we haven't looked at it today. Wow, Uber's going to be right back on my radar moving forward. So we will just wait a second before we go to Brendan. Let's hit one of these. We haven't hit this in a while. If you're joining us for the first time, hit that like, subscribe. Hey, Uber, I'm over here. Pick me up after Brendan. Let's go.
Guys, just a quick update. We are still trying to connect with our friend Del Passon. He is down in Cuba, so he was trying to connect with us from Havana, I believe it was, down in Cuba. So their internet a little bit questionable, to say the least, obviously. So we are still trying to get Del on. Really want to get him on to hear a little bit about his story. Really unique story, but unfortunately, their internet not the greatest, having to use VPNs as well. Micron here as well. Another thing to look at, guys. Just got alerted to a day low on Micron on a decent volume spike. So we always talk about this time of day coming on, you know, looking at things that are still doing significant volume. Here's another volume spike, guys, on Micron. We said earlier, you know, semi's still a little bit weak, guys.
Market week.
Yeah, just to come back here, guys, another, I mean, whatever the market's doing today, I mean, this is $1 in the money on an $8 stock. We are long at $8.12. That's $1 right there. So we rain down the money and it comes down and we catch it nicely there. Look, also SINT, we're long here at $2. That we just got cashed out at $2.15. We'll wait to see if that's moving to the downside. Nikola Motors, a 49-cent winner. Oh yeah, remember that stock, NIO? Who's got that one? Bang that out again. It's a slap shot here. Look at these shorts. Whether or not you're trading options. Look, you want small cap stocks? I'm right here. You want large cap stocks? Here I am. Bitcoin, whatever you want, we're here. Look at this short. $7, $6.90. We're at $6.50 right now. We ring the register. We're at our highest spot today. This just keeps going. Oh, you want electric vehicles? Okay, we go long Workhorse. That's an easy one. And by the way, short Nikola still on board right now. We got out of half at 50. That's kind of the playbook. Now we'll wait to see if it takes out the day's low once again. But hey, look, we're here for you. We've got you. This has been a big, huge day. Hope you guys are making money. Congratulations to you, Marcus, retiring. I'm not sure I'd be allowed to retire, but if I am, it may be today. Let's get going, guys. Big trades all aboard, guys.
Two questions I'm going to do at once here. Someone asked my thoughts on SCTIB, and someone also asked the opening range. Look, we couldn't short CTIB today. We had no locates. The opening range trade is just going to be, depending on stock, you're either looking at 5 to 15 minutes, and sometimes it's going to be shorter than that, depending on the types of wicks that you're going to see on the charts. For me, CTIB, the trade I was looking for, it makes a top here at 607 after a parabolic move in the pre-market and a gap up overnight. I'm looking at the open. If it tries to test a break, and when it doesn't, that's always a short for me. A lot of times you can't catch it until about here at 5:30 when it retraces this price. When you have no locates, you can't take it. That's going to be the opening range for me. So it's either going to be that 5:30 mark when it takes out this level from 929, or you can usually consider it maybe 5 or 10 minutes in, and that would have been about 480. I think anywhere in here, some traders will call 15 minutes. Depending on the stock, it can be as little as 5. But that's what I'm usually looking at for the opening range. And I would have been shorting it, and we don't have any locates. I'm not touching this one to the long side, not when it dips like that. If it makes any kind of strong enough consolidation, gets maybe back above $4, $4.20, then you can come talk to me about going long in the afternoon. I've seen secondary plays, but with the market coming down, with that kind of a sell-off, I want to see it bump first, sustain buying higher than that low for a little bit, show some volume on the way back up, and maybe take out this 420 level. Otherwise, you know, I only wanted a short and I couldn't do it. So that's why I'm not trading it at all today, CTIB. So that's what opening range is. That's how I would have used it on CTIB today. We couldn't, of course. That's unfortunate. But CCL just took out, it's down 10%. It just tried to take out that low of the day. Missed it on the way down because it's SSR. Down that 10%, but caught a little bit on the way back up here. I'm not going to give it very far here. Just going to give it to about the quarters or 30s. You could also give it to that 35 range as well. But we're already short and in the money on American. I took the second leg out in front of the low of the day. I will not take any more out short at 1360. That's at 35. I'm adding on a quarter break to the downside. But the market trying to bounce here, guys. If it does, I'll probably slide my stop on American to VWAP from that 65 mark. Don't want to turn winning trades into losers. The trend never lasts forever. Hope that answers your question about that opening range, guys. Keep them coming. We try to get to as many as possible.
Yeah, what a day, what a day. And look at okay, sorry, Valeria, we're doing this again. SINT, guys, another 10% winner. Okay, we just took some out at 219 there. It goes all the way to 225 to the upside there. So, yeah, I mean, we have all of these. Let's just put our board up here. We have a small position on Peloton. We'll put our board up and update it. No idea where my pen is, but at this point, doesn't really matter. We can buy a lot of these pens right now. Look at NIO short. That's 35 cents in the money as we go. Nikola, 35 cents in the money as we go. Peloton, down 30 cents. SINT, 17 cents in the money on a $2 name. Workhorse, 70 cents in the money, but we're almost out of absolutely everything. These are micro positions. They're not even worth talking about, but those are the winners on board. I've given you guys so many today. I'm really happy. I'm actually embarrassed. I should be up a lot more. We didn't hold on to a lot of these trades. I hope you did. Congratulations to everybody that's on board here. I'll take the board off and let's just continue to trade. SINT, what a bag there. What a great win. Let's just keep going, guys. It's been a monster day.
Absolutely. One thing that I always need to do a better job of at this time is cleaning up stop orders. You never want to have too many things triggering when you don't want them. If you get a winner, a lot of times the stop you had for the hit is going to be still in there and adjust the size. So I just went ahead and adjusted my stop both in terms of where it is and the position size on American Airlines. I think with this kind of a situation, if we hold the bottom and the market tries to come up, there's just no reason to keep a stop all the way to that 65. If we break VWAP this time after a couple of tests above it, we'll just get the heck out of that one at about 13.55 or so. Our last entry was at 60, so there's nothing wrong with that. We can always think about adding on the way back down if we want, and I am still going to add to that little break at 25 if we get a bottom break, but the futures have to sustain this move to the downside. At lunchtime, I certainly could anticipate things might slow down. Doesn't mean we have to. I talked about this on IBIO. You saw 500,000 shares on the offer at 165. That's why we jumped into some more shares in front. If it ever breaks that, fair enough, but I'm not taking anything out until it breaks this low. If it breaks this 158 again, I'll take some shares out at 57, at 55, at 52, and then from there I'm looking to see if we can't retrace to 145, which was the previous close. That's been the target all along. So we'll give this short here at 161. About 5 pennies plus slippage. Again, I could opt to not use a stop and just sit here with my hands on the keyboard and then use this 65 and out if I see it going. But I don't want it to turn into an iceberg order where it takes out half this or takes out 500,000 and then re-ups, doesn't break. I'd rather have it break through the level and then risk that extra penny or two. I just find the risk to reward is a little bit better on here. There's so much liquidity. You're not going to get slipped more than 1 cent, maybe 2. That's worth the risk to me to see if you can't get this 10, 15, 20 cent move to the downside on IBIO.
Okay, you guys want a monitor smash there, Marcus? You get it. There you go. Smash that monitor. Punch it in the face. Everything working today, guys. It's been just a monster day. There you go. Bang. That's for you, Marcus. Just keep hitting it with us and keep reining in that money. And again, today it's just been such a good day. We are so happy with what's been happening today. We're not happy that we haven't been able to get our guest up. Look at SINT just still going through $2.20. We're still long here at 2, so that's a good trade. Workhorse, we're basically out. We just keep talking about the same trades here. NIO, Nikola trying to bounce back up. Nikola spot out is right here, 71.50. I'm not gonna, again, we've destroyed this stock. Multiple dollars out here, multiple dollars. I see you talking there, Kevin. You want me to hit Superman for Apple? I'll do that because I'm feeling Supermanish today anyways. So there we go. Not sure what your call was on Apple. Kevin, if you put that in the chat, I will give you credit for that. So let's see what you called there. Maybe it was this 362 break. That was a big trade there. Congratulations to anybody that had that, but I'll wait for Kevin on that one. Not sure what trade you're talking about, but here's one for everybody. Let's go. We are now at our highest spot of the day. The market just keeps on going, and your boy just keeps on getting caught not with his pants down, but I do like those boxers. So let's keep it going. Maybe we'll see. Waiting for Kevin there. Thanks, Sean. No, wanting Apple to go higher. Okay, so he's long at 361. Love that. Look at the bunch up down here. Kevin, great call. I see great minds think alike. I do like that call for sure there on Apple. Oh yeah, you said that we would trade, or I said that I'd trade everything. How about Bitcoin down here, basing out here, $10.22. There's another winner for your boy. So there it is. It is once again almost that time. It can always be fruit salad time, but here we go. We are actually done our fruit salad. We needed some energy today, and the fruit salad gives it to us. Let's go, guys. Big day. Glad you guys are loving what you're seeing.
Absolutely. And look, I hope, I know it's going to be shortly. I think we're going to get Del back on here from Cuba, which is, to me, absolutely amazing. It's always cool to see where our viewers are from. Not everybody's in the U.S. or Canada. Obviously, we're located in Toronto, and a lot of you guys are in the United States of America. We're trading U.S. markets, but it's fantastic to get people from anywhere and everywhere. The more, the merrier, certainly. I'm looking at NEO for the first time today. We just took out that low of the day and then retested upside here at an ominous number here, 666. It's trying to break upside, guys. So I'm watching to see if it ever gets back into the 75 range. You might be able to fade that one. But hey, the market's coming back down. I have short American Airlines. I'm going to add when it breaks the low of the day. We also grabbed that CCL trade when it broke the low. It's the first trade since the open on Carnival. It's basically consolidating this range. It's a very tight stop. I'm playing this little range we have at the low. If we break up, we'll just get out. If the futures continue down, CCL can continue the move, and I'll be short that and American Airlines. But we have Brendan. What do you got, bud?
Yeah, guys, we have reconnected with our friend Del down in Cuba. Del is very happy to be back with us. We're very happy to have him back. Del, we're so happy to have you. Really interesting backstory. Why don't you give everyone a little bit of a backstory as far as your trading experience, how you ended up in Cuba, and obviously what it's like trading these markets from down in Cuba. We'll try and work with the delay because I know it's still here.
Yeah. Okay. So first of all, as you mentioned, and it has been going on, I need to apologize for the delay. And as it goes with the 6-7 seconds delay and the difference that it makes. But yeah, so I have been trading in Forex market with the experience of flash crash and all the credit crash during 2008 to 10. And then since then, I have been grinding to actually 2 years ago, which I decided to stop trading Forex and get into stock market. First of all, it was a very difficult and different experience, but coming along around April, I got to know Trader TV Live, and it totally changed my experience about trading in financial markets. And now here I am on the show and talking to you guys, and yeah. This is a little background of how things has been so far.
Yeah, sorry, I'm going to jump in here quickly because I think it's always interesting to see where traders start out and where they gravitate towards. I know I started out my career as on, not for the first couple of months, but after that, the first couple of months, I started out as a penny trader. Penny stock trader. That's where I made a lot of money. And it hasn't been until the last couple of years that I've jumped back into some of those small cap penny stocks in particular. I just want to quickly ask you a question, Del. When it comes to your own personal style of trading right now, how active are you? And we're trying to ask you how many trades you put on. You had looked at CCL this morning, whether you're looking at multiple trades a day, whether you're going to sort of make the win on that little short and put it in your back pocket and walk away there. What's your general approach? Obviously, everyone sees us heavily active trading multiple symbols and hundreds of executions, but for yourself, is it more of a one and done? Are you still looking for things in the afternoon?
Yeah. So first of all, my style of trading, based on years of experience, I don't like to have anything going on and running when I'm sleeping. So it will basically, I don't like swings overnight, and I don't trust the markets. This is just something based on what I have seen. And you are positive 2% and you wake up like the stock has crushed, or the instrument that you're trading has crashed to minus 40% this is something that happens overnight. So I don't like to stay overnight in a trade. And so basically I'm a day trader, and I'm trading during the day, and I swing price up and down. Sometimes, I refer to it as flipping, which I have been doing with CCL, AAL, and a bunch of these hot stocks that has been going on. And basically I have been trading them with you guys. And my own style of trading goes back to reading the price action and looking for what drives market up or down. If there is nothing hot, or if there is nothing actually real, and stock is moving on fluff, I try to stay away from. But if it is something real, valuable, or some sort of real motive for the stock to move on, I will be jumping on the train and just benefit from it.
Yeah, and I think that might be a little bit like what we're seeing in the sell-off in both American and CCL. Like, you're seeing record cases. Of course, people are talking about the spikes in Houston and Florida and some of these other states. The market's continuing southbound. I talked about CCL here. I'm back into the short at 616. I took some out in front of 16 even because it's a round number, and why not? But I'm going to hold through a break if we can get it. And I also mentioned in American Airlines, we would add to our position if it broke the low of the day. We went ahead and did that. So I did grab that short around VWAP. That was a good trade. This one now looking to work down in front of 13 even. If I can get some out in front of there, I'll do that as well. It's just that round number we're talking about. Otherwise, at this time of day for me, if you're in the trend and you're in the money and you got some levels that you like as resistance, if it ever comes back to the upside, just hang on to it. Let the profits come in, take it on the way down, find some places to reload. The market looks like it wants to sell off at this point, and I'm not going to fight it here. I've also jumped into that Dell position. This one, it actually, Dell has good, possible good news here today. Of course, there's some rumors right now, but I took the 52 break low. 51.92 is my price. So that also just popped in for us here. It's not really going anywhere, and it might not follow this market as aggressively as some other stocks. Keep that in mind if you're shorting Dell. AAL is great, CCL is great. They can continue to flush as the market comes off here. Dell might beat to the tune of its own drum, as the phrase goes, guys. So I'll give that only to about 52.30, 52.40 or so. It might not continue the trend as well as the rest of the market. Here comes 13 even on American Airlines. These shorts are going to be gold, guys.
Yeah, I mean, we're already in the money on everything, really huge. You guys want to see what my motivation is? It's easy. Follow me at wow, okay, 3,200. That's nice. A lot of followers here today. What's my motivation? Easy. It's my family. Here we go. Dad life. She owns me. What up to Gia, my daughter here? She's been wearing this little choker thing for like months and months. I don't know. You guys must probably get disinfected at some point here. But look at this. She just did her gymnastics. Congratulations, Gia there. She's made a higher level of gymnastics. So she is absolutely amazing. I don't know if it's embarrassing or not, but she can do like 500 push-ups, and I'm struggling at 5 here, guys. Look at SINT, guys, straight to the upside. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on Instagram for some more behind-the-scenes look, guys, as it keeps on going. Yeah, everything. Look at NIO. I mean,
this market's
speeding
up here to the downside, guys.
We're talking about little wins here, guys. NIO, this is a $6 name. This is 50 cents right here. Serious shares. We're talking Nikola here. This is 50 cents as well. But again, we want more on Nikola. We want more on everything. Workhorse, $8 name. We've already cashed out on that one. SINT, there you go. Neil, what are you talking about? Let's go.
I'm talking about 13 on American Airlines. The ES now at 13.30. It's another 20 handle drop on the ES. It's getting parabolic downside on American here. Still have that 23 short when 25 broke. I did take some out in front of 13 even. I'm still hanging on to that Dell, which is barely moving, but also looking at CCL, which is breaking towards that 16 mark. I just took some out in front of that, but I'm hanging on to these shorts. I'm looking at potential pullback trades if I get them, but at this point, I mean, I don't know that they're going to come in here, and I'm not going to chase shorting these bottoms. I'm going to hang on to what we have. If we pull back into 15, 20 maybe on American, I might add to this position, but I'll put the board on so you guys can see what we're working with here, just so you can see what we have and the prices. Short American Airlines at 13.23. That was our breakdown trade. We had 55 average price originally. 16.16 on the breakdown, short on CCL, short Dell at 51.92. That's in the money, 15-20 cents. Like I said, might move a little bit slower, guys. IBIO is also in the money. That's short at 161. It's only at 157. My target there, 145. That's where it's been the entire time. I mean, AAL is the real story for me. Come back to the chart. We're now down at 92. I got to take some of this profit off, see if we can't get that quick 30-cent win for the second time on AAL in the last few minutes. This one just continues to rush. Yesterday, we liked 14. It gave us 14. We missed it. We jumped back on the horse at a more aggressive price around VWAP, and then we added on the breakdown, and we get that market sell-off that I think a lot of people have been anticipating could happen throughout the week. Again, just reacting to what you're seeing come across the wire the last couple of days in Houston and Florida, et cetera, guys.
Thank you, guys. God bless everybody out there as well. Big time. Families number one, and we have the big time winners as well. I mean, I can review everything, guys. CCL here, that's $1. We gave that to you early. I've only been really pounding the short. And by the way, if you join us at 8:30 or 9 o'clock, 8:30. Well, what am I doing? We did call this. I did call this down day today. I told you the day was weak and we were going to go short side, and there you go. So no Arun today, no problem, as we gave you that short a long time ago, and right now everything in the money. You want to talk about AAL? Great trade there. Look at Nikola. This is $1.40 now in the money to the downside. NIO 50 cent, $6 name. Right at, this is that crash level right here, 650. Looks like it wants to break. That's fine. We're short, 699 on NIO right here. You know, let's just call the board up here for you guys. Again, this is what the thing is. We are out right now of all of these positions. I was holding Workhorse and SINT just for fun. We did talk about that. That was about 20 minutes ago when I was going crazy there. Look at these trades. NIO short, bang. Nikola short, bang. SINT and Workhorse all the same. Dow, my friend. How are you doing? First of all, I know you're doing well, so that's good. I was in Havana with Day Trade the World about 15 years ago or so. So it was fantastic then. Tons of cars. I love the old game there. The cars are beautiful there. Some old Chevys, GM, and whatnot. What is your favorite part about Havana? Mine was actually the people. Great people there in Cuba, in Havana. I've been many times on vacation, but Havana, my favorite place. The other spots I've been at, Veradero, and somewhere else, can't remember, but Havana, beautiful city. What's your favorite thing about Cuba, my friend?
I like, as you said, the people, and the hospitality of the people is amazing. And this Caribbean, I mean, tell me about the beaches.
Yeah.
So it's a beautiful country. It has a lot to offer. I love it. And basically, what is happening here is being a little bit based on functionality of the society and the way that things move around here. It's very interesting to see a contrast between what is going on. It's a very enjoyable experience. For me, the music and the culture is pretty amazing here.
Yeah, no, I mean, the music is great. I also liked when I was there, it was like a US dollar for anything, whether or not you wanted a sandwich, a beer, a balloon, whatever, it was $1. And I know it's pegged up a little bit differently right now, but Cuba is absolutely fantastic. What is the weather like down there right now? We were actually like at 30 degrees Celsius yesterday. Today, about 22, 23 here in Toronto. I guess it's what, sunny all the time down there in Havana? What are we looking at right today? Like 90 degrees Fahrenheit. Do you go by Celsius or Fahrenheit?
Yeah, I go by Celsius. Today it is 32 by the minimum of 24. Yeah, soon it's gonna get very hot that it's gonna help you to stay by the chart and not to leave the house. Let me put it in that way. But apart from that, it's okay. It's good.
I got to ask you, Del, here, because I have a lot of family in the Caribbean myself. Have you guys seen the effects of that crazy Saharan dust storm? Has that gotten all the way to Cuba? I saw pictures in Antigua, and it's literally ridiculous. If you guys don't know, huge dust storm traveling across the Atlantic. Have you seen any of that in Cuba? If so, what's it like, the air quality there? Just out of curiosity, hope you guys are all doing okay.
Yeah, actually, I'm living in Havana at the moment. I mean, since last 5 years that I have been here, I'm in Havana, and I haven't experienced that pollution and the storm of dust that came here. But apparently, people at the middle of the country, other provinces, they experienced a little bit of unpleasantcy, and we got some actually tweets, I think, about health concerns and using masks to protect citizens against the situation with the weather. But I think it's gone now. I got some notifications about it that it's gone, but it was something going on.
Yeah, I'm definitely glad that's the case.
Yeah, I know chicken is popular, Dal, but guess what? You're going to get chicken dinner winners again for you. I did call Nikola going to the downside. I mean, you can see there's lots of tweets out there that I've made today. I said we've seen the bottom so far. Look at Nikola pushing, guys. $1.30 in the money. I know we keep talking about it, but this is a real trade. So here we go. Downside now. Nikola exploding here. We've shorted once. We've shorted twice. We took out half. Now we hold it for a bigger winner. Let's call up the daily chart real quick here to see what's happening on Nikola. And yeah, it doesn't look too special. Not much to look at, but what is this level right here? That's 68.73. So I'm actually going to look to see if we can get to that today. Nikola, we've given you guys that early and often. Big time win there on that name. And Neo bounced off 650 there, so we'll put a bid now, get out of Neo for a 45-cent win on a $6 name. Well, it's 47 cents right now on a $6 name. We'll take that. There goes Nikola cracking through. It is now... No, I don't even have there's no crystal ball here. There's no crystal ball. But what we do look like and feel like sometimes is Superman, because here we go. Nikola, we called this one, and here it comes back down to the day's low. It's just printing money. It's printing day's low right now. And here we go. A perfect one for you today. The market be falling. So there you go. Nice little graphic there. Ciao, Nikola. Downside, $1.70 in the money. Once again, guys, the trophy is raised. Try to take this from my cold dead hands. Here we go. That's mine and forever. Let's keep going. 69.45. My boy made this for me. So there we go. We'll drink out of it later. Nikola, $2. Bang it out, guys. 10 minutes left. We're stone cold chilling right here. What's up, Brandon?
Guys, market continuing to come off here pretty hard. Worth mentioning, gold is also coming off pretty hard. Big move down in gold miners. You can look at GDX here. Down now 2.7%, went from 35.50 to below 34.50 now in a hurry. So rare when you see both gold prices, gold miners moving to the downside with the overall equity markets, guys.
Absolutely, and with only about 10 minutes left, I'm going to probably for the last time update the positions, and not a heck of a lot of reason to take anything off at this point. The market is still continuing to fall. We still have short American at 13.23. We did add that one time at that price, so it's in the money about 30 pennies right now. CCL, we got back in at 16.16. That's in the money about 18 pennies at the time. We'll see if we can't get any further to the downside, but the market trying and failing right now to be bouncing to the upside. Dell is still flat. Like I said, we took the short break at 52. It just doesn't seem to be following the market as much, so I'm going to move my stop a lot tighter on Dell because it doesn't want to go. And then that IBIO, and again, if you have an opportunity to have a level 2 access, we first shorted a break at 60. It then came back up here, and I did already have a stop at this 65 level, but the reason I added to the position is you go to the level 2, and we saw a monster seller there, and again, this was over 500,000 shares. Why not just add in front of it? It's an easy out. You're risking a couple of extra pennies there, which just isn't a heck of a lot. And then if we make that retracement down towards the previous close of 145, you get your nice little win there. It's not a lot of risk at that point to jump in. We talk about averaging down when it's going against you, but if you have a good reason, i.e. there's plenty of risk and support there at that offer, why not jump into a few more shares? Though I liked it, we did it, now it's in the money for us. I'm reaping the reward. Are we helped out by the market? Yes, we are, 100%. That's what it's all about sometimes, positioning yourself so that you've made that decision and you're in the right spot when things go for you. So that's a look at that there at IBIO. Robert Brown, good look there. Thank you for the super chat. We love you, buddy. Can't wait to have you back on the show at some point. Certainly we can do that. But Dell, you know, I think it's absolutely fantastic that you came through from Cuba, even with the delay. It's always good to see a different perspective. I don't know that we've had anybody on the show yet that started out and that looked at Forex. Obviously, we don't look at that market either, but it's always interesting to see a trader's journey personally through different asset classes, what they might trade, and even styles of trade. So, you know, obviously, I know you're a follower of the show here. Just a quick question I know we always sort of ask this. What's your favorite thing about the show? What is the reason why you think everyone should be tuning in and subscribing on a daily basis, in your opinion?
Well, actually, I think that those that they are not following the show, they are missing out a lot. They are missing a lot because this show has entertainment, knowledge, excitement, and the most important part that, we as traders, we get lonely just sitting in front of the monitor or a couple of monitors and just looking at numbers going up and down, and charts are being drawn on a black monitor. This is just gets a little bit lonely. But with your show, it's all get together. Like everything that you get, knowledge. It is the most important thing that you can get is to learn how to do things because you guys explain. Next to it is just we learn to be patient. It's 3 hours of watching a show going on, and every day 3 hours just repeating and repeating. It gives us lots of pieces of valuable of knowledge, and the most important part is that it is a community, it's a family, and being a part of it, it is very exciting, and definitely production team does a very good job in bringing that all into the side of entertainment too, and it's pretty amazing. I can say, I have said it before, and I will say it, this is the #1 show that everyone must watch. Yeah.
Good
I didn't
job.
know you were going to say that, but I'll tell you this right now, Del. You literally made the production crew drop the raise the roof there. So look, we can't say it enough of how good a job that they do. That's why it's so professional. That's why it looks so good, to be honest, because they do a fantastic job, and they've been busting their butts every day to make it better. So big shout out to both Rob and Lucas over there. You don't always get to see them. I wish we had a shot that you could show the board right now so they could give a wave. But at some point, we got to acknowledge just how fantastic a job they do. And I'm not sure we do it enough, to be perfectly honest with you, but the entire team, thank you so much for those kind words. We only have about 5 minutes to go. The market is still falling. We're now almost 50 cents in the money on Carnival, still at the same mark on CCL or American Airlines, because there is a buyer that's trying to hold it up at $12.90. IBIO is still good, but that Dell, it's not going anywhere. And I feel like if you're short right now and a breakdown trade in the stock that you're trading hasn't continued or fallen further, you should probably get out of it. So I got good big winners on in those names, and Dell's not cooperating. I'm just going to cut this one loose. No need to have it on when in this flush it can't go anywhere, guys.
We just continue to hold everything. I mean, our shorts are in the money here. We are at our highest spot of the day. Thank you so much, Dal, for your kind words. And yeah, we're trying to make this as entertaining as we can. I did give you guys NIO there at 650 on that wall there. Not really sure why I didn't reverse long. That's normally something that I do. But right now, guys, Nikola breaks down, bounces off 69. I'm going to hold this one. My out's going to be up here right where we did before. So no matter what, guys, this is going to be a $1 winner. We'll take it out at $70.40 here if it does come back up. But wow, what a fantastic day. We are back though, guys, very, very soon. 1 p.m. on this channel. So coming up very soon on this channel at 1 p.m. Day trading timeframes, and this might be for you, Dal. Charting timeframes, SMA, Bollinger Bands, EMA. If you need anything there as far as technical indicators go, there's a couple basic ones for you. So we'll be back talking all about that, and yeah, we'll be reloaded. So we'll grab some lunch, and then we'll be right back with you guys at 1 p.m. What's up, Mr. Wiggins?
Just worth mentioning here, guys, if you're looking for something to kind of keep in your back pocket until you join us at 1 p.m., don't get too far away from Hertz. Here did break that $2 buyer. There was a huge bid at $2, got flushed out there to the downside. Looks like we're trying to come back to earth a little bit on Hertz, still up enormously on the day. It's about that time. We have just a couple minutes to go here before the end of the show. One thing we like to do before we wrap things up every single day is check in with Valeria and see what day it is today.
Thank you, Brendan, and hey Dal, thank you very much for joining us today. Shout out to Havana, it's definitely on my traveling list. And guys, we would love you to join us also. Please send your requests to marketing@tradertv.live to trade and talk together live. Guys, thank you very much for this amazing day, for all the super chats and support. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't yet, and you will receive notifications when we are back on air. And please, I know that you are trading, following the show, sometimes you can forget, so please double check if you like this video. If you didn't, smash the like button.
And guys, if you're not seeing the
National days today, so I'm kind of sugar addicted, and this makes me crazy. Today is the National Pralines Day. Ta-da!
Pralines, okay.
Those
Okay.
were pretty
Pralines.
tasty. I'm not gonna lie. I've only ever had them one time in my entire life, and it was absolutely delicious. So I'm gonna definitely give a big thumbs up to that day. I sincerely doubt that we're getting that for lunch, but if we get surprised, I'll be a very, very happy man there. But Brendan, Sean, what's your take? I mean, who doesn't like a treat like that?
Obviously, yeah. No, that on a little bit of ice cream, you can't do much better than that. Pralines, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, pralines and cream, good. Everything good on the board. But yeah, we're just getting ready. I mean, I'm just getting jacked up for our next lesson coming at 1 p.m. 4 new lessons on this channel, guys. Check back. Dal, thank you so much. Are you have a sweet tooth there? We'll get one last comment before we go. You a chocolate guy, white chocolate, dark chocolate, pralines, nuts, fruits, berries, vegetables, meat. What kind of guy are you?
Well, whatever healthy, whatever delicious, and dark chocolate. And I have it here. I just wanted to show you here, guys. My fruit salad is next
Yeah,
to me.
buddy.
Mango, pineapple,
Wow.
and melon. Tropical.
Good job. What is your favorite fruit? What is your favorite fruit?
Yay, there you go. Yeah. Mango. Mango is my favorite fruit. I mean, blackberries and strawberry and mango. These are my favorite. And if I can choose just one, it would be blackberries. But you know.
Okay.
All right. Thank you so much today. That was you've been a great guest, and thank you for holding out with us through everything. But let's wrap this show up. It's been a fantastic day. Thank you to everybody, and join us again in an hour.
100%, guys. Thank you very much there, Del. Obviously, the mangoes you're eating are probably a heck of a lot better than we're getting here right now, being down in Cuba. And, you know, a big shout out and thank you for the production team for getting Del back on, sort of weathering that storm. It's worth it to have the guests. That's what I wanted to see. I wanted to see you guys on air there so you can give that thanks. And thank you for the kind words as always, Del. You know, for the entire team here, it's been a fantastic day. Do join us, of course, at 1 o'clock. For that live educational segment. It's going to be a lot of indicators that we're talking about today and a little bit about the charts, time frames as well. But Valeria doing a fantastic job as always, making up tasty days on a daily basis. Sean over there is always doing a good job. Second place, or I don't know who did the best on the golfing. I've heard mixed results when it comes to the shooting, but either way, good job there as always. There is the trophy.
No mixed results. Greg got an 88. I got a 91. No mixed results there.
Okay, fair enough. I don't know what. I'm not sure.
Give
what
Greg the credit.
I have no idea what Brendan shot, so I can't really tell you there. But Brendan, as always, doing a fantastic job over there, looking dapper, my good friend.
All right, guys. Great show.
And I am Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. We will see you tomorrow. Bye, Del. Thank you.